What's up guys, this is your favorite fanfic YouTuber, the Fanfic Majesty. Join my Discord if you want to chat and share your thoughts, the link is in the description. 3FP54. Reiju's battlesuit true fragrance is a law that no one can escape, and Chopper is no exception. Under Luffy's stocking, Chopper, who said he didn't want it, became very fragrant immediately. Chopper became a member of the Straw Hat Pirates without any accident. The miraculous Sakura flowers of Magnetic Drum Peak are also in full bloom in the quiet night sky. Straw Hat crew in order to welcome Chopper, the Banquet King Luffy held a small banquet without hesitation to celebrate the addition of Straw Hat crew's new companions. Hey, S**X cook, you seem to know that god Yake? Zoro asked after drinking a glass of wine. This time Sanji didn't quarrel because Zoro called him a pervert, but fell into thinking. When I was still working as a chef, Barati's news spread all over East Blue, a man with a bounty of 1.5 billion at the first time. I have a deep influence on him. In fact, after Sanji didn't say a word, one of the members of the Ark Pirates created by Yake was his biological sister. Wait, what did you call me just now? Chlorella head? Only then did Sanji realize that Zoro dared to call himself a pervert, unforgivable, and grabbed Zoro by the collar. Nani? You idiot, curling your brows is so infuriating. Do you want to fight? Come on, who is afraid of whom? The two people ignited at one point and immediately scuffled, and the scene was very chaotic for a while. Have they always been like this? The new Chopper shivered. It's not often. Nami was very embarrassed, and he punched twice, successfully stopping the dispute between the two. Advertisement Chopper. Terrible. The Kingdom of God in the Sky, the Bye-Bye High Research Base. Judge, is this guy Wapple honest now? Yake looked at Wapple, who was eating all kinds of metal with a sad face, and said, Master Yake, he is honestly like a lamb. Judge said with a satisfied face that he was bullied by Yake in the past. Since Yake handed Wapple's heart to him yesterday, he can also bully Wapple. Just eat garbage. Master Yake, the metal he made using his ability is so easy to use, it perfectly solves the problem of electromagnetic gun materials. This is the electromagnetic sniper rifle you customized for Mr. Fanoka. It has been tested, you can try it. Judge obsequiously took out a 2-meter-long blue sniper rifle and put it on the table. This length was just right for the 3-meter-4 Fanoka, but it was a bit too big for Yake, but Yake could shoot it with his bare hands. Can fire electromagnetic guns. Huh? Let me try. Yake picked up this high-tech electromagnetic rifle. This gun has two modes, rapid fire and charged bullets. Although both are based on the principle of electromagnetic guns, the rapid fire mode sacrifices a lot of power, and its terrifying power can only be exerted in the charged bullet mode. Yake directly adjusted to the charged bomb mode, aimed at a moving target, pressed the trigger, and began to charge. The color of the indicator bar on the gun body gradually became darker, gradually changing from light yellow to bright red, and Yake pressed the trigger. In the end, the muzzle sprayed out an electric current, and an orange-red beam of light pierced through the center of the target in the blink of an eye, and the orange-red trajectory slowly dissipated. Yes, Fanoka will definitely like it very much. You have done a good job. Continue to produce. We must ensure that every Special Forces member has such an electromagnetic rifle. Yake nodded in satisfaction. This power is no longer lost for his electromagnetic gun, but the shortcomings are also obvious. The consumption is huge, and a lot of electric energy is needed to provide power for the gun, but the most important thing for Yake is electric power. This is what I should do. By the way, Master Yake, can you give this battlesuit to Reiju for me? Judge took out a pink capsule with the logo on it in the style of the flag of the Ark Pirates. Coming to Judge as a good man. I accepted it instead of Reiju. Get on with your work. Yake smiled and took the capsule, and left the institute with a 2-meter-long gun. Yake came to the training ground of Nine Snakes Island. Fanoka is guiding Luo to practice observation hockey. The sniper's knowledge are mainly based on strong perception, which is convenient for shooting targets at a long distance. Fanoka's experience is very important to Luo, very practical. Advertisement, Fanoka, this is your future weapon, how about trying it? Yake threw the electromagnetic sniper rifle to Fanoka, and Fanoka held it in his hand, which seemed more coordinated. After all, it was specially tailored for him custom guns. Fanoka took the gun in his hand to observe, couldn't put it down, and soon figured out the gun. Fanoka put the butt of his gun on his right shoulder, and quickly fired a few electromagnetic bombs towards the sky, and several birds fell in response to the sound, without most of their bodies. The power of the electromagnetic bombs can be seen as Madara. Fanoka nodded again and again, very satisfied with the performance of the gun, then adjusted the gun to the charging mode, and fired a shot into the depths of the forest. In Yake's knowledge-colored perception, this electromagnetic bomb accurately hit a wild boar 5 kilometers away. At that time, the wild boar was looking for food, and then an orange-red light hit its brain, taking it away, life. As expected of a Tokoshi Fanoka, he is best at this kind of long-range killing. Even if it is a close-range enemy, he can also shoot at a roaming speed with extremely fast speed. If he can master the skill of armed color winding, he has the strength to fight with the top snipers in the sea. Yes, they're Usopp and his son, but now Usopp is pitiful, and when he grows up, it is estimated that Fanoka will not would be too bad. Does this gun have a name, Captain? Cathorn? Forget it, this is your gun, you can name it yourself. Yake is really weak in naming, anyway, he doesn't use it himself. That's it, then you will be called Fate. It can be seen that Fanoka loves this gun. A good gun can greatly improve a sniper. With the power-filled electromagnetic bomb, Fanoka has the confidence to break the defense of the 4 emperors. By the way, if you run out of battery, you can use Rayleigh to recharge it. Luo, practice hard, I have to go beforehand. Yake had to go and hand over the battlesuit to Rayleigh. With this battlesuit, Rayleigh will be the strongest fighting force of the Ark Pirates except Yak. It has an exoskeleton inside, a two-color hockey, and a battlesuit outside. The problem is that immune to death is just lacking some killer moves. Rayleigh is responsible for the security of Sky Island alone. Rayleigh will only be dispatched when he encounters some pirates with bad brains and strong strength. Because any pirate with a better brain would not make trouble in Yake's territory, and the weak city defense army could solve it. Compared with the busy time when the country was first founded, the priests are relatively free now, except that Ganfer has been in charge of population immigration and may be busy. Rayleigh, this is your battlesuit, try it on, 55. Rayleigh's strength. Yake walked into Rayleigh's room, handed the pink capsule to Rayleigh, and Rayleigh caught it subconsciously. Battlesuit? That's right, with the shape memory metal made by Wapple, Judge has upgraded your battlesuit. Now you don't have to wear the battlesuit every day. When you need to fight, use this capsule and you will automatically put on the battlesuit. Yake looked forward, as if he really wanted to see the scene where Rayleigh transformed after putting on the battlesuit. It is said that the benefits are full. Since it's a gift from the captain, I'll accept it, thank you Yake. Rayleigh accepted the pink capsule generously. If it can become Yake's power, it doesn't matter who does it. Rayleigh, Gudong. How about? You try, Captain, you suddenly became so strange. Rayleigh covered his mouth and smiled. Yake's appearance is really interesting. Okay, Captain, then. I'll try. Rayleigh pressed the button on the capsule, and the pink light instantly covered the whole body, tightly wrapping Rayleigh's graceful figure with bumps and convexities. Yake looked disappointed, but at least he didn't have to worry about getting lost in the battle. Yake felt much better. The light dissipated, and Rayleigh turned into the familiar appearance of Yake. The pink one-piece miniskirt and tube top, all the elements are complete, and Rayleigh, who is wearing a white priest robe, instantly becomes a lustful big sister. Captain, how is it? Rayleigh stood there with a smile, and had to wrap his hands around his waist, squeezing out an unfathomable belly. The powerful will of D almost crushed Yake's will. No, already far more than a D. Hiss. Yake gasped, and quickly took a deep breath to calm down his mood. He was almost seduced by Rayleigh, or Rayleigh didn't seduce Yake at all, but exuded a powerful charm all the time. Rayleigh, come outside and see your strength. Yake calmed down. If it was a strange woman, Yake wouldn't even bother to look at it. It was only because she was too familiar that her psychological defense was penetrated at once. The main purpose now is to test the strength of Rayleigh in the battlesuit. Captain, are you going to Nine Snakes Island? Rayleigh asked disappointedly. Unexpectedly, Yake held back, and the shape of the white concave for so long. Yake nodded and left the room. Jew Snake Island, the training base, heard that Rayleigh was going to fight Yake. Robin and the others all came over. Luo and Fan Oka also stopped practicing, and turned their attention to the two people in the training ground. Advertisement, come on, Rayleigh, use all your means to try to defeat me, Yake said coldly. Fighting is a serious matter. Although he will not use his full strength, he will definitely use the same strength to fight Rayleigh. Well, Captain, I'm going. Rayleigh knew what Yake meant, and launched an attack without saying a word. Boom. 6 styles instant kill. Rayleigh flew into the sky, using moonwalk, stepped on the sonic boom directly, rushed to Yake in the blink of an eye, and kicked Yake's right chest with the boots wrapped in purple venom. Yake's chest was directly dented, but it quickly returned to its original state, and the purple venom squeaked on Yake's skin. The speed is good, but the strength is a bit weak. Why don't you just kick my heart? I told you not to hold back. Yake appeared behind Rayleigh, grabbed Rayleigh's wrist and threw her flying. Continue. Rayleigh clenched his teeth, although he knew he was no match for the captain, but the gap between himself and the captain was hopeless. 6 styles. Rayleigh moved to the sky above Yake for moonwalk, raised his dark right foot high, and it was a battle axe strike. Sakura Falls. The 1x1 tomahawk-style splitting technique did not hold back, and directly hit Yake's tinling guy. Yake was directly pressed into the soil by a strong force, and the surrounding ground was full of cracks. That woman is so strong. Luo raised his hand to cover the smoke, which was blown up by the shockwave caused by Rayleigh. Hutilda's sister Rayleigh is the strongest, and Sister Robin can't beat her cat, Anna said proudly, as if she was the strongest. Baipo repeatedly compared his legs with Rayleigh's, and it was obvious that his legs were stronger, so why couldn't even Anna win? Even though the bounty was 500 Baileys, but he was beaten up by Anna, the little sister from the same village. Bibo fell into deep self-doubt. Captain, my attack is not over yet. The corners of Rayleigh's mouth curled up, as if he was satisfied with the effect of his attack. Tempest kick Luo Yingzan. A series of kicks released intensive slashes, kicking Yake, who was just about to get up, into doubting his life. Advertisement, did I put a little too much water? Yake asked himself, and then disappeared in the same place in an instant, without using the ability. Like Rayleigh, he used the Marine 6 Styles technique. Don't get carried away, Dragon Fist, boom. Yake appeared behind Rayleigh and punched Rayleigh, who couldn't dodge, into the soil. Ahem tilde, don't think you can defeat me like this, Captain, I have become stronger. Rayleigh wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth, and stared at Yake without fear. Let me see how strong you are, Yake said lightly, the warm-up match is over. Rayleigh rushed in front of Yake, all kinds of kicks, elbows, all aimed at the fatal parts. Yake took all of Rayleigh's attacks in an orderly manner, and Rayleigh dodged the counterattack from time to time. Some of them were the reason for Yake's release of water, and some were really foreseen by Rayleigh. It seems that Yake already knew that Yake would do this. The color of knowledge can predict the future. No, it's not there yet, it's only a little bit close, then I'll help her, Yake thought to himself, and immediately launched a counterattack, hitting Rayleigh with his fists like raindrops, but the strength is not heavy, and it didn't hit the face. Rayleigh fell into a disadvantage for a while, struggling to avoid Yake's stormy attack. Rayleigh simply closed his eyes, feeling Yake's attack trajectory with all his heart, and dodged Yake's fists continuously. Gradually, Rayleigh found some coming punches, but Yake didn't hit this punch. Is it going to happen in the future? Then I won't be polite? 6 Styles Black Moon. Rayleigh took advantage of Yake's momentary gap in the future, charged up and launched his strongest attack, and his pitch black fist swung out a crescent-like trajectory, hitting Yake's heart. Yake retreated a dozen steps in a row before stabilizing his body. Yake then smiled. Rayleigh, good job. Rayleigh's progress is simply amazing, and it seems that it's time to prepare a powerful fruit for her. Advertisement 56. The Floating Island 9 Snake Island, Training Ground. Yake exhaled a breath of turbid air to expel the poisonous gas that Rayleigh had infiltrated into his body during the battle. Rayleigh never forgot to poison him, and the toxin would cause a little damage if it stayed in his body for a long time. Rayleigh, your strength has exceeded my expectations, let's practice the ability you just acquired. Yake patted the dust on his body and smiled happily. It seems that Rayleigh has integrated the results of 2 years of training during this period, and those pirates who were kicked to death are the best proof. Haha, it's really not the captain's opponent. Rayleigh was naturally delighted to receive Yake's compliment, but on the surface she still looked calm, and the smile on her mouth had already betrayed her. Robin left without saying a word, clasping her hands tightly. She didn't care as much as she appeared on the surface. Anyone could surpass her, but Rayleigh couldn't. She was the first to come. Robin felt that the status of his eldest sister was not enough save. The pirates who dared to make trouble on Sky Island suffered today. In order to find potential criminals, they even used flower fruit to monitor every move of the pirates on Sky Island. Rayleigh, if I have a chance, I will find a powerful fruit for you. Prepare to become a landlubber. Yake left after speaking, and the call from the Revolutionary Army came. Let me heal you. Luo walked to Rayleigh and used his fruit ability. Rayleigh smiled slightly and did not refuse Luo's kindness. Then thank you, your name is Luo, room. After Luo separated some of the blood in Rayleigh's body, he quietly walked to the training ground next to him and started his own practice. God-dwelling. Dragon, what's the matter? Yake put the phone bug on the table. The expression of the dragon was vividly interpreted by the phone bug, and there was even a slipper print on his face. I received news that a fragment of an island fell on one of our bases in East Blue, and almost wiped out the whole army. It seems to be the remnants of Sky Island. I think you should be interested. Advertisement, island fragment, Sky Island, could it be? Yake remembered a character. The only one who could easily throw the island as a toy was the Golden Lion. He vaguely remembered that the Golden Lion had been conducting animal experiments, trying to create a large number of beasts to disrupt the world and subvert the world government. Where is the location? East Blue, Glasgow Island. I'll hang up first. I probably know who it is. Let me solve it. Yake hung up the phone in a hurry. The existence of the Golden Lion is a big threat to his kingdom of the Sky God. If the Golden Lion comes to Sky Island one day, with his ability, it is very likely that he will kill himself for several years. Efforts are in vain and the Golden Lion must be found. This legendary pirate, who used to be as famous as Gold D. Roger and Whitebeard, Edward Newgate, has shocked the world. Many years ago, he wanted to join forces with Roger in order to rule the world, but he became angry after being rejected by Roger, and a fierce battle broke out between the pirate groups of the two sides. Most of them were driven into the bottom of the sea, and in an accident, the rudder was unfortunately inserted into the head of Golden Lion. Since it would be life-threatening to pull out the rudder is still embedded in the head, which greatly affected his IQ. Who knows what he will do if his brain twitches. Now that there is news about him, Yake will never let him go. He is an unstable factor. Lion Fruit's ability is too great a threat to Sky Island. Yake has to be careful and can't wait for Golden Lion. If you come to the door, you must take the initiative to attack. In the evening, as usual, the crew of the Ark Pirates will have dinner together. Anna cooked a large table full of dishes. Anna's cooking skills are getting better and better. Yake can't live without her dishes. His storage box is almost full of dishes made by Anna. Yake, when I go out to do errands alone, I only eat the dishes made by Anna. Tomorrow, I'm going to East Blue. Captain, are you looking for someone again? Do you need our help? Robin asked with a frown, as if Yake hadn't taken them out to sea for a long time. No, you are the greatest help to me by staying in the kingdom of God in the sky. I guess something big will happen in the near future. You must improve your strength as soon as possible. Yake naturally knows Robin's thoughts, but it is not a good time to go out and take risks timing. I just went out to kill someone, so I don't need to spend a lot of trouble. Is it because of the phone call today? Luo remembered that Jacques left because the phone bug rang. Yes, the Golden Lion was found. His existence is a huge security risk to Sky Island. I must find him first. Yake said helplessly. The main reason is that Golden Lion's brain is not working well now, otherwise it might be a good choice to become an ally. Advertisement, Golden Lion. The only big pirate in history who escaped from impelled down, Golden Lion Shiki? Perona almost spit out the rice, but opposite Robin, she held back forcefully. She likes to read some miscellaneous books when she has nothing to do. I was so excited after reading The Legend of the Golden Lion. Rayleigh picked up a tissue to wipe her pink lips, put the tissue on the table, and then spoke slowly. Hey, more than that, he was captured alive by the marine hero Garp and the current marine marshal. Half of Marineford was reduced to ruins. Captain, fate will guide you to meet, I firmly believe this. Fan Aoka said mysteriously. The other members are no longer surprised. After all, Fan Aoka's mantra is fate, and even his electromagnetic gun is named Fate. Let me borrow your good words, I will go to him tomorrow. The next day, Jake had already set off. Glasgow Island is not far from Kokoja village, and it didn't take long for Jake to find Glasgow Island, but the Revolutionary Army here seems to have withdrawn, and the island doesn't seem to be inhabited. Jake flew over Glasgow Island, but found no trace of the Golden Lion fleet. Where the hell did this guy go, really? Jake ran all over the East Blue Islands board, but found no trace of the Golden Lion. Could Drago lie to me? It shouldn't be. Jacques walked on the beach of an unknown uninhabited island in East Blue and kicked a conch. Boom. The surface of the sea in the distance is like a frying pan, because a huge island fragment fell into the sea, and the small island where Jake himself is located is constantly shaking. It wants to go to the sky. Jake disappeared in the blink of an eye and flew above the clouds. What came into view was a dreamlike floating archipelago with seawater across the sky, and the largest island in the middle was surrounded by a circle of sky blue ice. Golden Lion's floating islands have arrived. 57. Golden Lion Shiki. The floating islands are led by an airship. Gia ha 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 ha, it seems that there is an incredible little guy coming. Golden Lion smiled defiantly with a cigar in his mouth. He had already recognized that the person standing in front of him was Jake, a kid who became very famous recently, but in front of him, Lord Golden Lion Shiki, he was all juniors. Puff 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 tilde. Golden Lion's complexion was getting worse and worse. Hearing the sound of footsteps like farting, his whole body instantly became ill. Can't you fix the sound of your walking, Dr. Indigo? Indigo has blue afro hair, goggles in the middle, and a pale face, like a clown, but he has a high status. Master Shiki, that kid is said to be very strong, why don't we pretend we didn't see it? Shiki was furious after hearing this, and told him to turn a blind eye, so he would lose the Golden Lion's face. *hole, lousy is the Golden Lion. Shiki stood up, with two famous swords of Sakura 10 and dead wood under his feet, and his walking was completely unaffected, like a certain woman. Hey, brat, what are you doing in my place? Do you want to join lousy? Gee ha 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 tilde? Tilde no, I don't have this idea at all. I'm here to take your head. Jake said with interest, as if Shiki's head was already in his pocket. Gia ha 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 tilde, there are quite a few people who want my head. It depends on whether you have the ability. Brat, do I have a grudge against you? Golden Lion doesn't care. As a well-known legendary pirate, he finds others either to join him or to take his head. Like Jake, who has achieved a little achievement and floated to the sky, he will at least beat him to death. There are more than a dozen. I have no grievances with you, I just want to kill you. Golden Lion turned black after swiping, and spit thick phlegm at Jake, but fell under the clouds halfway. What an arrogant brat, let me see what strength Whitebeard's defeated opponent has. Lion. Thousand Slice Valley. A series of sword chi flew towards Jake with great momentum, and the clouds were almost cut in half. Swordsmanship, I can do it a million times, advertisement. Jake took out Tensa Zanjetsu and it was a flat A, successfully offsetting the Golden Lion's sword spirit. Don't show off such tricks, Shiki. Yak burst out with a powerful conqueror's haki, imposing. Little devil, I didn't expect you to have such an amazing courage, the old man admits your strength. As the overlord of the sea in the past, how could Golden Lion not have conquerors? The conquerors of the two began to clash, and Golden Lion's team of meteorologists had already fainted. However, the ship relied on Golden Lion's ability to float and was not affected. That's right, Golden Lion, today is your death day. Jake is going to face the Golden Lion with hard steel and have a real man 1v1 battle. Rakery Long Shong Strike, Lion Majesty Cloud Jumbo. Golden Lion is really not that easy to solve. The fruit ability, hockey, and combat experience are all at the top level in the sea. When encountering such a flexible opponent, Jake can't do anything to him for the time being, but what Jake is most afraid of is the war of attrition. As long as he catches the flaw, Golden Lion will lose his skin if he doesn't die. Slash wave. The blood on Jake's chest was splashed, and he was accidentally swept by the dead wood covered with hockey when he was in close combat with Golden Lion. Ha ha ha, brat, you are nothing more than this. Before Golden Lion finished speaking, Jake's wound had healed, and Golden Lion looked like he had seen a ghost. Hey, what kind of monster are you, kid? A monster that can kill you. Conqueror's Profound Truth Dragon Fist. Jake didn't even look at the wound, and directly used the Conquerors to punch Golden Lion's shin, sending him flying, and Golden Lion hit a floating sky island uncontrollably. Shiki struggled to get up, only to find that the chimpanzee had been staring at him. Old. Mother? It seems that the rudder has indeed affected Shiki's intelligence, and the orangutan can be regarded as his mother, and Jake applauds. Advertisement, is it because that thing affected you, Golden Lion? Jake couldn't stand Shiki, who was in contact with him, like this, and it was a bit embarrassing to say it. Then come out for me. Jake flashed behind Golden Lion, stepped on Golden Lion's shoulder, and pulled the rudder out of Golden Lion's head abruptly, and the bottom of the rudder was covered with red and white. Lousy hurts to death. Golden Lion rolled all over the ground in pain and howled in pain, but he also felt that since the rudder was taken away by Jake, His brain had never been more relaxed, and his clever IQ had regained the high ground, but now it looks like a ghost. Her beautiful long golden hair was stained red with blood. Golden Lion, you'll be dead before long, so, use your last strength and try to kill me. Yake is ready to fight, and the next one facing him will be the Golden Lion who is going all out. The rabbit is in a hurry and bites. Not to mention the lion. Shiki has nothing to keep. If Yake can't be killed as soon as possible, he will die due to brain injury. Gee ha ha ha, God Yake, isn't it? A gleam flashed in Golden Lion's eyes. Lion Majesty. Earth coiling. Shiki flew directly into the sky, and the ground under Yake's feet began to tremble. Like plasticine, it was shaped into a majestic lion's head, and Yake was surrounded. It's scary. Only demon fruit power can make this kind of formation. The lifelike dark brown lion roared and rushed towards Yake, trying to bury Yake in one breath. TCH, you brat who doesn't know the heights of the heavens and the depths of the earth. Golden Lion said disdainfully after seeing Yake being buried, and caressed his head, hands full of blood, and a white unknown object. Thunderstorm. Yake can dodge at any time, but it is not necessary. He broke out in the form of a black dragon, and sprayed out thunderous wind blades in the direction of Shiki. The Golden Lion could only dodge in a hurry. The thunder and bad wind that stretched for several kilometers directly cut the island behind Shiki into pieces, turned it into ruins, and suspended in the air. How is it possible? Why do you have the abilities of that kid Kaido? Golden Lion's eyes almost popped out, and the abilities are repetitive? Drink till the Lion Majesty Meteor Swarm. Golden Lion quickly realized that now was not the time to think about it, and threw the fragments controlling the island at Kanglong Yake. Explosive Breath, 58. The legend ends East Blue. Today's Garp was unlucky. He managed to take a vacation, just crossed the calm belt, and after coming to East Blue, a mouthful of thick phlegm fell on his head, which almost made him sick to death. Then stones began to fall from the sky, and now it has turned into magma. Is this still the East Blue he is familiar with? Damn, what the hell is going on in the sky? Is someone fighting? Don't let the old man catch you. B****************. D. Garp angrily swung his black iron fists to hit the falling rock fragments and hot magma, and the marine on the ship fled in a hurry, and some were screaming from being scalded by the magma. Old wretch. Stop moving forward, I want to see who is making trouble in the sky. Garp looked at the sky angrily. These are naturally the effects of Yake's battle with Golden Lion. Golden Lion, are you still using some boring means? Your life is passing tilde? Yake returned into human form and said, Kanglong is very handsome, but the target is too big, and it is a moving target for the strong. Jia ha ha ha, brat, although I don't know how you got Kaido's ability, this is not the reason for your arrogance. Lion Majesty. Govern place earth coiling. The water on the floating sky island is controlled by Shiki, surrounded Yake layer by layer, trying to trap Yake with water? Innocent? I don't just have Kaido's abilities. Shiki. Thunderbolt Torrent. Yake stretched his hands, and a large amount of current spewed out around Yake as the center, and the water flow was constantly shocked. Try it yourself, Shiki. Yake flashed behind Shiki and punched Shiki into the water polo. Do you know what happens when water is electrolyzed, Shiki? Boom. Art is a blast. The water balloon filled with hydrogen inside was ignited by a small electric spark, triggering a violent explosion. This kind of power is comparable to explosives. The powerful heat wave instantly evaporates the water. Shiki didn't know why the air exploded until he was blown away. Ahem tilde brat, you don't think I'm dead, do you? Lousy as a Golden Lion. Golden Lion soon got up again. This level of attack was enough to kill him, but he felt a pain in his head, and he would die without any treatment. Lion Majesty. Earth coiling meteorite, advertisement. Several islands were torn apart, and countless fragments flew towards Yake. This trick tilde. Joe. Learn from me. Isn't this planetary devastation? Yake said angrily. I copy others. Yes, others copy me. No. Yake kept blinking, avoiding rock fragments like tarsal maggots, and slowly approached Shiki inadvertently. Go to hell. Golden Lion. The Kanglong dies. The Thunder Dragon devoured the Golden Lion, and a floating sky island was pierced in an instant, and the life and death of the Golden Lion were unknown. But Shiki is definitely not dead. The floating island has not started to fall. He is still conscious, but has been paralyzed by the thunder and cannot move. Yake's knowledge and color swept around, looking for traces of the Golden Lion. Got you. Yark found the falling Golden Lion, and he had no strength to fight back. Ganger's Spear Slash. A thunder spear was thrown out like a meteor, piercing through the heart of Golden Lion, and a generation of heroes came to an end. Maybe he used to be a strong man who could compete with Roger, but after losing his legs, his strength was compromised, not to mention half of his head was empty, and it was a medical miracle to be able to fight Yake for so long. Yake grabbed the Golden Lion's body and suspended it in the air. He looked down and found a marine warship. The dog-headed one was old Garp. Yake kid, you are the one who messed it up. The old man must take care of you. Garp angrily rolled up his sleeves, ready to educate Yake. Garp, the Golden Lion is dead. His island is about to fall. Please help me keep his body first. Yake threw the Golden Lion's body on the deck of the warship, and Garp was stunned. Golden Lion, Shiki, his old rival for many years, and even the pirate overlord that he and Sengoku captured with his own hands, has become a corpse that has lost its breath. Shiki, you be *************** D. Just die like this. Garp sighed in his heart. There are not many old guys from his same era left, and there are only a few who can be named. He suddenly felt that these old guys are no longer suitable for this era of rampage. Looking up, Yake had disappeared. Yake turned into a black dragon to support several intact islands, because the effect of the flame cloud is still suspended in the air, otherwise such islands landing on East Blue will cause a huge tsunami. Yake will naturally not let go of the ready-made islands, and plans to put these islands in the White Sea to expand the land resources of the God of Sky Kingdom, but first he has to say goodbye to Garp. Advertisement? Qinglong. Could it be the boy Yake? Garp looked at the giant dragon coming towards the warship. Old man Garp, the golden lion is in your hands, please bury him properly. Shiki, I'll take care of it, but what about your abilities? Why are you like that B***************** D Kaido? Garp asked casually, picking his nostrils. It's nothing, I just ate 2 devil fruits. Yake has nothing to hide, and Marine will know sooner or later, so he turned and left after speaking, otherwise the old B*********** D Garp will come after him again. What tilde I just ate 2 devil fruits? Wait, isn't this kid afraid of death? Garp almost punctured his nostril with all his might. The news was so shocking that Sengoku had to be told right away. Yake took the floating sky island back to the God of Sky Kingdom. It is said that there is a magical plant called IQ on the island, and it will be called Judge for research. As for Shiki's airship, it doesn't matter, just sink into the sea like this. Moshi? I'm Garp, please answer. Garp you be D, aren't you on vacation? F*** your farts. Sengoku said angrily, and handed a stack of documents to his little Aries shredder. Golden Lion, Shiki, is dead. What, Shiki, did you kill it? Sengoku is not calm immediately. This is good news for Marine. God knows what tricks Golden Lion has been planning for so many years after breaking out of prison. No, it was the kid Yak that killed him, and took away Shiki's island. Shiki's body is here with me. I see, Garp, I will send someone to take Shiki's body away, you go on vacation. Wait, there's another message. Sengoku almost missed it. Can you finish talking at once? You can say it. Yake, this boy ate 2 devil fruits, and he has the same ability as Kaido. The phone bug was acting in disbelief, so one can imagine how surprised Sengoku is now. Is the information you said true? I saw it with my own eyes, and the Marine on the warship also saw it. Oh tilde I know. 59. 5 elders call Marineford. Sengoku hung up the phone worriedly. With Thunderfruit and Kaido's ability, Yake is definitely Marine's confidant. Sengoku sat in a daze for a long time, but still called 5 elders. I'm Sengoku, and I have something to tell you. Yake came to the White Sea with a few islands and placed them around the White Sea. There were some surviving residents on them, with wings on their arms, and they seemed to be flying. Yake had arranged for them they were all transferred to the immigration area, joined the kingdom of the gods of the sky, and started their lives again. The creatures on the island don't move for now, I'll keep it for use. Yake is going to use these islands as a testing ground. The violent creatures left on the island are used to train soldiers. These animals are not powerful in themselves, but they are big in size, but after all they're just irrational animals. Trained special soldiers have no problem dealing with these animals. Yak, you put Golden Lion. Robin made a throat-slitting motion. That's right, he's dead. Robin, post a reward for me, Paramecia lion fruit, the price should be 2 billion. Yake did not use the devil fruit prototype to store the lion fruit, just wait for the lion fruit to be reborn. If it is eaten by others, then kill it again. The lion fruit must be in his hands. Okay, I will inform Ganford to announce it to the outside world. Is this fruit so important? Robin asked puzzledly. She had never seen the battle between Yake and Golden Lion. She didn't know the strength of this fruit. The development of Golden Lion was one aspect. The entry and exit of the Kingdom of God in the sky will be more convenient. That's right, it's best to buy it with money. If it appears in other places, I'll snatch it back. Anyway, Marine can't get it. Yake said confidently that he is bound to get this fruit. Okay tilde by the way, people from the world government called, do you want to talk to them? Although Robin hates the people of the world government very much, he still has to tell Yake that Yake is the master of the God of Sky Kingdom and her captain. Oh tilde I want to see what they have to say, give me the phone. Yake suddenly became interested and wanted to hear how the world government's dogs would bark. Advertisement, Moshi Moxie tilde. Your Excellency Yake, I am 5 elders, and we are here to negotiate with you. Several old men of 5 elders gathered around the phone bug. It was an old man with a long beard who spoke, and the other members listened quietly. Tell me, what do you want? What do I want to do? Yake said with a mocking face, 5 elders. The phone bug with a blue tattoo perfectly imitated Yake's expression. Arrogance. The old man with the sword whispered. Another person quickly stopped him from continuing. We want Sky Island's weapons, as well as a large amount of shellfish. As a condition, Sky God Kingdom can join the world government and become a member country, and cancel the bounty offered by all of you. We can also forget about killing celestial dragons. Just pay the heavenly gold. You can continue to be your king. Ha 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 tilde it's really interesting, what if I say no? Yake almost burst into tears from laughing. That's it? Not to mention that Yake never thought of trading with world government, but the conditions are too shabby, right? What about sending off beggars? Conditions can be negotiated, you need to be willing to join the world government and become a member country. It seems that everything else is just a cover. As long as Akan becomes a member country and does not fight against the world government, then the purpose of the five elders will be achieved. But is it possible? This is impossible. By the way, I have collected more than a dozen copies of the historical text. Robin translated it. Do you want to hear the content? 800 years ago. Enough. You are setting yourself on fire. It seems that you are determined to fight against the world government, and you will not have good results. Ha ha ha, I'm waiting for you. By the way, let Spandam and Spandane wash their necks, maybe I will kill them that day. Five elders hung up the phone. But the five of them were calm, as if they had expected this situation long ago. Release the news, destroy his country first, advertisement. I agree. Seconded. Jacques put the phone bug aside, forgetting what five elders said. Robin, don't worry, I will avenge all the scholars of O'Hara. Yake looked at Robin as if he was about to cry and comforted him. Thank you, Captain. Robin was still smiling, but tears were falling from the corners of his eyes. The next day, Newsbird's papers went around the world. The policy adopted by the world government is to stigmatize the kingdom of the gods of the sky, demonize Yake, and describe the kingdom of the gods of the sky as a hell that cannibalize people. Using Golden Lion as a stepping stone for Yake, while slandering a wave of Roger and Golden Lion, promote Yake as an evil pirate of the same level. Yake's bounty was suppressed by five elders when he was tied with the red hair before. However, after Yake firmly rejected the world government, his bounty was immediately increased, and he learned that Yake was a double demon fruit power after the news. The five elders were shocked and directly raised Yake's bounty to an appalling height. Yake's bounty has been stuck at 2.4 billion for more than 2 years, and now the bounty has been updated. Ark Pirates Captain. God Ark extremely dangerous, only dead. Bounty. 3,600,000,000 Bailey people in the world now have the general impression of Yake as the murderer who kills celestial dragons. He kills without blinking an eye. In some places, he can even stop children from crying at night. He has also established a pirate country in the sky and practiced brutal and inhuman rule. The number of tourists who dared to come to Sky Island was cut in half. Except for the desperate refugees and the pirates who wanted to join the Ark Pirates, there were almost no normal tourists. This is the world government that holds the power of public opinion. Just a few newspapers can make ignorant civilians daunted by the kingdom of God in the sky. The population growth of Sky God Kingdom stagnated. Robin, what is the total population of Sky Island now? There are a total of 15,642 registered residents of Sky God Kingdom, including 2,413 Aborigines and 13,229 immigrants. Including the Urin who just joined yesterday. Yake didn't expect the world government's revenge to come so quickly, but the loss is still within the acceptable range, so he won't be in a hurry. As for what the world thinks of him, it doesn't matter, they see how they want. Prejudice is the product of ignorance. 60. The 5th Emperor of King's Landing Paradise New World, Moby D***K. Shiki. Is he dead too? Our era has passed. Whitebeard couldn't help but sigh when he saw the news that Golden Lion Shiki was killed by Yake. What should we do? IWC, Cake Island. Mama Shiki was killed by that yak kid, Katakuri. Why hasn't Yak Kid come to my tea party? The aunt who was still smiling just now changed the subject and began to question Katakuri. When Yake first became famous, she seemed to want Yake to participate in the tea party, but the tea party is held every year, but Yake has always been not coming. I'm very sorry, Mom, Yake's whereabouts are secretive, most of the time he acts alone, and his station is not in New World, so, Katakuri said in a cold sweat, this matter is no matter what his dereliction of duty. Mama Tilda, forget it, I'll give you one last chance, and I must find Yake. This time, I'll talk to him in person. Okay, Mom. Ghost Island. Woo of that boy, why that kid does not want to come to New World, insists to play house in the park. Underhand, holding the wine is a mouthful of boredom. Kaido didn't know that Yake had the same ability as him, otherwise it wouldn't be like this. The world government deliberately concealed the fact that Yake was a dual ability person, and quietly asked Vegapunk to restart the devil fruit related experiment. Red Force. Ha 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 ha, lil ones, come and see, Yake's bounty has increased again, and he is almost catching up with me. Shanks ignored the world government's slander against Yake, pointing to Yake's reward make haha laugh. Which of the 4 emperors of the New World has not been attacked by public opinion? Although some of them are true, for Yake, they're definitely slander. If it wasn't for the crew's lack of strength, his bounty would definitely not be lower than yours, Beckman said lightly. The bounty of the world government is generally evaluated according to the threat level of pirates to the world, personal strength, and influence. Based on Beckman's understanding of Yake, the crew he is looking for will definitely not be mediocre. Just need a show opportunity. The news of Yake has aroused heated discussions among people all over the world. People call Yake the 5th Emperor of the Sea, and the strongest pirate group in the first half of the Grand Line, the Ark Pirates. Advertisement, 5 Emperors. Ha ha ha, that brat Yake actually killed that old guy, Golden Lion. Back then, we were almost cornered by Shiki. Time waits for no one. Shaki told Rayleigh the news about Yak with a smile on his face. Rayleigh couldn't help thinking of the scene of being surrounded by Shiki's flying pirates more than 20 years ago. Once people get old, they like to miss the past. Reiju, how many pirates are there in Sky God Kingdom? Yake said helplessly. Basically they're all pirates. There are more than a dozen pirate groups, big and small, all of whom want to join the Ark Pirates. Captain, don't you really think about it? There are several captains who offer rewards of over 100 million. Reiju smiled secretly, it seems that too many followers will bother Yake. By the way, Reiju, I saw Sanji, and he has become a pirate. Yake pulled Reiju, who was giggling next to him, into his arms. Sanji, is he okay? He joined the Straw Hat Pirates and became their chef. He has a group of good partners. Yake said in Reiju's ear, he and Reiju already have this relationship, how could he be Sanji's brother-in-law? So Sanji is his brother-in-law? It's great. I don't know when I can see Sanji again. I haven't seen him since he escaped from Germa. Reiju said nostalgically. She didn't expect that she would break away from Germa so quickly. The shackles of the horse, all because of the man in front of him. It won't be too long, I guess they will come to the kingdom of the Sky God in a few days, and then I invite you to play the role of the villain. Yake smiled evilly, and he had already arranged Straw Hat Crew in his heart. It's clear. Captain, your smile is so evil, are you thinking of some bad idea again? Reiju knew that he must have some bad idea as soon as he saw Yake's smile. Hey, you'll know when the time comes. Now there are a lot of pirates in Sky God Kingdom, but there are no more troubles. Legendary figures like Golden Lion died in the hands of Yake, and the pirates suddenly became more honest, except for the extremely stupid pirate group. If you have to try it, you will die. It's a pity that there are basically no talents. The supernovas of the extremely evil generation have chosen different routes. The only ones who may come to the kingdom of the Sky God are the Straw Hat Pirates. Advertisement training course. Fanaoka, there's a devil fruit here, which is slippery fruit, do you think you need it? Yake held the slippery fruit and asked, if this fruit cannot be digested internally, then he will give it to others. Hancock also has many subordinates. It stands to reason that devil fruit is hard to come by, and even if you have money, you can't buy it, but no one in your pirate group is willing to eat it. No, Captain, this fruit is not suitable for me, it is enough for me to have it. Fanaoka smiled and stroked the fate in his hand, feeling that the gun was like his lover. When Yake heard it, he got it. Wawagwo has no human rights, and no one looks down on it. Luo, how is your cultivation going? Yake saw that Luo was still pumping iron. As a doctor, it was really difficult for him, but it was Yake who asked him to exercise his physical strength. Op fruit is very strong, but the disadvantage is that it consumes too much. Before meeting Yake, Luo was exhausted after using a few skills, but now that he is much stronger, he can at least use a few skills without being out of breath. The muscles are still a little thin, and it can only attract women, but not men at all, which shows that Luo is not very good at training. Captain, I feel that the color of knowledge and knowledge you mentioned is about to awaken, but it's just a little bit closer. Luo wiped his sweat, and his body heaved a little. Keep working hard, you have surpassed the supernovas of the same period by a lot, but you must master the arm color as soon as possible, it is really impossible to learn from Iron Body. I'll teach you Iron Body, but don't use Iron Body in battle, got it? Yake has a serious face, afraid that Luo will swell after learning Iron Body. As we all know, Iron Body is Garp's exclusive skill, and others use either death or injury. Under Yake's persuasive temptation, Reiju had already given up the Iron Body skill. After awakening the arm color, he never used it again. Instead, it was Tempest Kick that flew up. Understood, Captain. Although Luo didn't know why Yake was so serious, he was right to listen to the captain. 61. Anti-Tea Party the next day. Daily newspapers will be transported from the island of Dengtian to the Kingdom of Sky for distribution. No matter what is reported, it will be shipped to the Kingdom of Sky. Anyway, there is nothing to hide. Yake does not want the residents of Sky Island to have nothing to the outside world. Cognition. Today's newspaper is very interesting, and Jacques read it with gusto. Not surprisingly, Crocodile was still defeated by Luffy and buried in the yellow sand with his dream. It seems that it won't be long before Straw Hat Crew will come to the Kingdom of Sky God. Captain, someone who claims to be the Big Mom Pirates came to you and said they have something important to discuss. Reiju sends a message to Yake through the phone bug. Big Mom is one of the 4 emperors of New World. What will happen to Yake? Bring them to God's house. By the way, did he say who he is? Yake asked curiously. Although there is no conflict with the ant for the time being, there will be sooner or later. He wants to see what the ant has to do and has to go to his site to find him. A man and a woman. The man calls himself Katakuri, and the woman calls herself Charlotte Bray. Oh, I see, let's bring them to the God's house. I just have time. Kaoru and Bu-Lei are very reasonable. Bu-Lei is a mirror fruit capable person. The capable person can enter the mirror world by himself, so he can teleport in the mirror world and appear in a specific place through the mirror. If there is no accident, the reason why Kaoru brought Bu-Lei is that he can quickly come to the paradise through the mirror world. Yake himself is also very interested in this Big Mom's deputy, the strongest child of Big Mom. After a while, Reiju came to the shrine with a tall man and a woman who looked like a witch. After Katakuri brought Bree to the Kingdom of the Sky, he never let go of his guard, and always protected Bree behind him to prevent accidents from happening. He is not interested in the strange sights of the Kingdom of God in the sky, he just wants to complete the task as soon as possible, and then bring Bu-Lei back to 10,000 kingdoms safely. In his perception, the woman who received them was very strong, and he always felt that someone was watching them secretly. It wasn't until I saw Yake with my own eyes that I realized that Yake's combat power was definitely not blown by Marine. This kind of power is no worse than that of his mother, and his whole body is full of danger. Katakuri's body tensed instinctively, observing the surrounding environment, and after confirming that there was no danger, he spoke slowly. Your Excellency Yake, I am Katakuri, and this is Charlotte Bree. The reason why I came here uninvited is because my mother has something important to discuss with you. Please forgive me. Neither humble nor overbearing, but also polite, is worthy of being the pillar of the Charlotte family. Advertisement, don't be nervous. In the kingdom of the sky, as long as you are not an intruder, we are friends. Let's talk about it. What's the matter? Yake said with interest, leaning forward slightly. I lost my temper, Lord Yake, please wait a moment, Mother wants to negotiate with you personally. Blue blue blue. Mom, we have reached the kingdom of God in the sky, Lord Yake is next to me, you can talk to Lord Yake directly. Katakuri nodded slightly to Yake, put the phone bug on the table in front of Yake, stood there silently, like a statue, and Bree hugged Katakuri's thigh tightly. Mama Tilda, is it God Yake? It's me, Aunt, we don't seem to have much intersection, right? What can you do with me? Mama, I have a tea party next week, you must come, Mama Tilda. Looking at the expression of the phone bug, one can imagine that the aunt is in a good mood at this time, drooling all over the floor, and Yake frowned slightly. It doesn't seem to be my business, does it? Mama, the protagonist this time is you. You are the most important guest, Katakuri, please give him the invitation letter. Katakuta took out a beautiful invitation letter from his pocket and put it on the right side of the phone bug. Yake took a look at it. The package was very beautiful, but the pattern on it was like a child's graffiti, with a few large characters written crookedly, and then some inexplicable patterns. At first glance, it was painted by the aunt herself, and it must not be fake. I'm the protagonist, what do you mean? Yake has a bad feeling, Aunt should not follow him. Impossible, absolutely impossible. Yake quickly shook his head and put this terrible thought behind him. If this was the case, he would rather rush to Wongwo and give Big Mom to Shark now. Mama, come on, you'll know when you're here, and there's a very delicious chiffon cake covered with sea salt and almond milk Tilda suck. Advertisement. Yake was a little speechless for a moment, the cake is so attractive, why not just send me some historical texts? Okay, I'll be there next week. Yake is extremely tired, he is going to take the Ark Pirates to play in the world, and get some historical texts by the way, but if the aunt has any wrong thoughts, then fight. Who is afraid of whom? Mama Tilda, that's great, I'm waiting for your arrival at Cake Island. Katakuri put away the phone bug, then put a permanent pointer on Yake's table, and bowed slightly to Yake again. Excuse me, Lord Yake, I am waiting for your arrival in Wongwo. This is my phone number. You can contact me at any time when you arrive in Wongwo. Let's go first. Katakuri turned around and took Bree away without any hesitation. His respect for Yake was only because Yake was strong enough, not because Yake was the king or god of a country. Auntie, ha, you dare to invite me to her place. Forget it, just treat it as a relaxation. Meanwhile, Guy Island. Uncle Lizatu, will there really be a soaring current to take us to Sky Island tomorrow? Luffy asked excitedly. That's right, if you're not afraid of death. Coolie Guy extinguished a cigarette and exhaled pure secondhand smoke at Luffy. Yoshi Tilda, let's head towards Sky Island tomorrow. Luffy, think about it again, you can go to Sky Island through the Sky Island. Why risk your life to take the soaring ocean current? Nami tried to persuade Luffy to choose a safe route, with a slightly crying voice, holding on tightly Luffy's arm. That's right Tilda Luffy, you have to think about us too. Woohoo! Chopper hugged Luffy's thigh tightly, and plowed a brown furrow on the ground as Luffy walked. Hey Tilda, let me tell you, I have a disease that will kill me as soon as I go to Sky Island. Luffy. No, I'm going tomorrow, I must know what Uncle Shanks said. Luffy looked at the straw hat in his hand, looking forward to tomorrow's adventure. 62. Invaders of the Kingdom of Sky, the Kingdom of God in the Sky, the immigration area, the gate of the former Kingdom of Heaven. Yesterday, I worked all night in the forest of Guy Island to find Nanjinjiao. The next morning, a group of people rushed into the sky through the giant soaring current near Guy Island and came to the Kingdom of God. Huh? Is this the Kingdom of the Sky? There are so many houses I haven't seen before, so interesting? Luffy hugged the top of the mast and shouted excitedly. This place is completely different from the country on the sea. There are express shrimps swimming, bustling crowds, and everyone is full of smiles until they see Luffy and the others. The pirates are coming. The invaders are coming, report to the City Defense Army. The residents of the immigrant area are all from Shanghai, and they are very sensitive to pirate ships and the pirate flag. Under normal circumstances, the Kingdom of Sky God has no ships, which only means that the pirates have really invaded here. The arrival of Luffy and others broke the tranquility of the immigration area. It seems that the people here don't welcome us very much, Nami said unwillingly. They are not bad people, but since they hang the pirate flag, they must be prepared to be hated by the common people. They seem to be calling the army over. There's no way Tilda, Zoro said in a low voice, and the three knives had already been drawn. In the distance, a group of soldiers with guns approached Straw Hat Crew quickly, menacingly. Captain, pirates have invaded the immigration area. Weipa has already passed. I really don't know how they drove the ship here. Robin said to the phone bug with a puzzled face, could this group of pirates also fly? Ha, it's Straw Hat Crew, take them to Angel Island, Reiju will treat them well. Yake grinned, and the show was about to begin, and he couldn't help but look at Straw Hat Crew's expression. It's over, we're dead. No guesswork, it must be Usopp. Weipa brought a group of clone soldiers to the vicinity of the immigration area, and dozens of guns were aimed at the Straw Hat Crew. Intruders, give up resistance. Ah Tilda, don't kill me, I surrender. The timid trio directly gave up their resistance and raised their hands in surrender. The three main forces are ready to fight, their faces are serious, and they are ready to resist at any time. Give up resistance, we will guarantee your safety, or you will be executed on the spot. Yake called us here, didn't he tell you? Nami showed Weipa the golden permanent pointer in his hand, stopped the three who wanted to resist, and said anxiously. Weipa frowned and observed the gold pointer carefully. He saw the Ark logo at the bottom of the pointer, and then confirmed that it was an item of God. It seems that the group of people in front of him had indeed seen God, but they should control it first. It is indeed a God's item, you come with me first. Advertisement: 6 pairs of handcuffs firmly restrained 5 people and 1 civet cat. The handcuffs were mixed with a small amount of sea stone, which was very hard and would affect the combat effectiveness of demon fruit power. Hey, what are you doing? Let us go. I have no strength. Weber unceremoniously took the melee away, and brought the 6 of them to Angel Island as requested by the disciplinary priest. Hey, where are you taking us? Angel Island. So we are dead? Weipa. It seems that some fools have been caught. Angel Island. The 2 priests of Sky Island, Rayleigh and Perona, have been waiting for a long time. Sister Rayleigh, are you an idiot pirate again? Perona hugged a curious doll and said boredly, if the captain hadn't called her over, she wouldn't be bothered to deal with some stupid pirates. Perona is extremely inflated now. The pirates who come to the kingdom of the Sky God basically don't even know what hockey is. Perona can tidy up the pirates while sitting still in the god's house, crying bitterly. Now she is Anna and Beppo's eldest sister died. That's right, I'll take care of you later, Perona. I can't help it, leave it to me, Sister Rayleigh, blah 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 tilde. The people of Angel Island were also very curious. The 2 priests came to Angel Island at the same time. The melon-eating crowd gathered, and Angel Square began to become lively. What? So it's some pirates, idiot, will ordinary pirates send out the 2 priests? Master Perona, come on, you're the strongest, let them kneel down and repent. Straw Hat Crew seemed to be going to the execution ground, surrounded by crowds of onlookers, and those with higher IQs in the group frowned, realizing that something was wrong. Are they welcoming us? Oh, hello everyone? My name is Monkey D. Luffy, the man who is going to be One Piece. Luffy, who was confused about the situation, smiled happily and introduced herself to the residents of Angel Island. Advertisement: that idiot, Suo Da was already unable to complain, but his hands were locked and his weapon was confiscated, so he could only stare blankly. It's just you, want to be the One Piece too? Ha 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 tilde, you're laughing so hard, negative ghost. Perona taunted Luffy mercilessly when she heard Luffy's words. Even the captain never said that he would become the One Piece, just relying on this silly boy. So a negative ghost passed through Luffy's chest. Luffy fell to the ground in frustration, crying bitterly. If there's an afterlife, I'd be a shell, it's too bad. If there's a hole, I'd really like to go in. Hey, Luffy. What the hell are you doing? Luffy seems negative after being passed through by a ghost. This ability is too scary. Perona was overjoyed when she saw that Luffy got the trick, and her laughter became harsher. Wow. Just because you want to be the One Piece? You're no different from ordinary pirates? Hey, Weipa, let them all go. I can take care of them all by myself. Perona said arrogantly, not paying attention to Straw Hat Crew at all. God-dwelling. Yake was observing the situation through the videophone bug. Seeing Perona's domineering appearance, he suddenly felt exhausted. He had raised such a thing in the past few years. That's right, lowly nemesis Usopp is here. Usopp, it's up to you to teach Perona a lesson she will never forget. Weipa beckoned, and the clone soldiers stepped forward and uncuffed Straw Hat Crew, and then formed a circle to make room for Perona. TCH, what an arrogant guy. If you can't speak, don't say it, Chlorella. This is obviously a beautiful lady. Oh tilde. Sanji's eyes were red, and he quickly approached Perona with strange steps. Ah. Pervert ah. Negative ghost. Perona saw a blonde Kappa approaching her with a wretched face, and her face paled. Looking like an idiot with curled eyebrows like me, just die. Sanji knelt down at Perona's feet, his whole body was full of low air pressure, and by the way, he connoted the few circle eyebrows left in this world. Reiju, who watched secretly, smelly brother, even scold me. 63. Perona highlight moment. Sanji fell. Perona stepped on Sanji's head and kept hitting Sanji's head with the red umbrella. Really, where does the wretched pervert who is overconfident? Sanji is negative and obscene at the same time, and seems to be enjoying it. Hey pink girl, let go of Sanji. Luffy successfully got out of the influence of the negative ghost. He shouted to become the One Piece with his front feet, but he fell to his knees and became a salted fish with his back feet. This made Luffy feel very uncomfortable, and he was ready to teach Perona a lesson. The idiot curls his eyebrows. Cut, it's all because his will is not firm. I won't be like this. You managed to P***** me off, negative spectre. Perona got angry when she heard Luffy's words, raised her hand and released a group of negative ghosts, passing through all the members of the Straw Hats one by one. What kind of pirate king tilde is it not good to be a salted fish? My life is such a failure. Luffy, who was about to make a shot, slapped and fell to the ground, holding his legs, squatting in the corner and drawing circles. Born to be human. I'm sorry tilde. Zoro, who is posing with a handsome pose, grabs the ground with his head and hits the face so quickly. I'm sorry, please forgive us. Perona holds the bear doll and floats in front of the 6 people. What a bunch of idiots, who have the guts to act wildly in my territory, this is reckless. Perona looked at the heads of different hair colors in front of her, black, yellow, green, orange, and civet cats with long horns. Only the green one was the most eye-catching. Perona was inexplicably angry. When she saw it, she felt the urge to step on it twice. In the end, Perona chose to follow her heart, raised her little leather boots and stomped on Zoro's head hard. You green-haired guy. You are so infuriating at first glance. What a cool act. You are still an idiot in the end. Sorry, I'm sorry, it's useless. At this moment, the only person in the Straw Hat Pirates who is awake is Usopp, who pretends to be affected by the ghost effect, and falls to his knees with the others, thinking frantically about countermeasures. While no one was looking, Usopp slowly wriggled on the ground like a fat maggot, secretly took out his hidden slingshot and aimed at Perona. Advertisement: Kill Pepperstar. Usopp opened the distance and drew the bow to shoot. Normally, he would definitely miss Perona. After all, she has mastered knowledge and knowledge. Although she is not a Grand Master, she has no problem avoiding bullets. The problem is that Perona is extremely swollen now. Seeing a group of people bowing down under his own ghost, he relaxes his vigilance. The pellets filled with pepper exploded in Perona's astonished eyes, scattering a large amount of pepper dust, and Perona was hit without any surprise. Ha tilde chew tilde how can? Ha tilde chew tilde no one can resist me. Ha chew tilde negative ghost tilde. Perona was caught by the snot and tears, and Lahua was crying in the rain. What she couldn't accept the most was why this long nose could block her negative ghost even though she couldn't be armed. It's now tilde killer black light star. The projectile exploded on Perona's body, and a large number of toy cockroaches ran out and covered Perona's body. Ah tilde don't. I'm most afraid of cockroaches. Sister Reiju, come and save me. Drive these bugs away. Hachu tilde ah tilde. Perona panicked and burst into tears. Seeing cockroaches crawling all over her body, she almost fainted. HMPH, you know Captain Usopp is amazing. It's not over yet. Usopp caressed the long nose with his thumb arrogantly and pulled the slingshot away. Kill the gunpowder star. As expected of the lowly killer Usopp, this set was clearly arranged for Perona, and Yake expressed his satisfaction. Seeing if she dares to be lazy in the future, he just indulged her too much. Let's stop here. Reiju descended from the sky, grabbed Usopp's projectile with one hand, and with a muffled sound, a trail of black smoke drifted out from Reiju's fist. Don't be too hard on Perona. Reiju turned around and took out a handkerchief to clean up Perona's face covered with snot and tears, and asked a few maids to take Perona to rest. You, who the hell are you? Let me tell you, I have 8,000 subordinates, but as long as I give an order, this place will be razed to the ground. Usopp said tremblingly. His legs couldn't stop trembling. This woman actually took the gunpowder star with one hand. It's too scary. It's definitely not good. I am the disciplinary priest of the kingdom of the Sky God. You attacked the ghost priest just now. In the kingdom of the Sky God, attacking a priest is a capital offense. Reiju glanced at Sanji who was still kneeling on the ground and said, although he had a smile on his face, it was so terrifying in Usopp's eyes. Death tilde capital crime. The beautiful swordsman is here with the barbecue. Usopp is eager to use his wisdom to try to awaken the three major powers in the frustrated state. As for Nami and Chopper, forget it, they are similar to themselves. Advertisement, beauty tilde, sword hero, barbecue. When the three heard Usopp's words, they felt the DNA move, and an electric current flowed through their bodies. The three successfully got rid of the influence of the negative ghost. If Perona sees it, he will doubt his life again. Hey tilde Sanji, why are you wearing girls' clothes? Luffy got up to look for meat everywhere, and found Reiju with circle eyebrows, who at first glance was exactly the same as Sanji. Idiot, I'm here. Sanji punched Luffy angrily, lit a cigarette, and looked at Reiju wistfully. Seeing Sanji's appearance, Reiju smiled gratifiedly. Sanji, you've grown up, why tilde don't you know me as an older sister? Elder sister? Straw Hat Crew was shocked. The priest of the kingdom of the sky is actually Sanji's sister. No wonder they look exactly the same tilde. Idiot, what do you use to identify people? Zoro complained speechlessly, thinking in his heart, does Curly Eyebrow have a family? I always felt that Sanji was an orphan. Reiju, since you're here, where's Germa? What an uncute little brother, calling my sister by her name. Germa is gone in name only, and now there is only God of Sky. Reiju blamed. Sanji is not as cute as when he was a child. It seems that he is very concerned about his childhood experience. Hey, where's Yake? I need to see him, Luffy yelled at Reiju. It's not so easy to meet a god in the God of the Sky Kingdom. Unless you beat me. Reiju said lightly. She also wanted to know what kind of captain Sanji was willing to follow. You are Sanji's sister. I won't fight you. Call Yake out. I want to know what Uncle Shanks said. Luffy has a serious face. He doesn't want to conflict with the people of Sky God Kingdom, especially the woman in front of him is Sanji's sister. She looks like his own. Even if he wants to fight, it's not his place to intervene. At this time, Nami and Chopper also stood up. Although they have been in a negative state, they are very clear about what happened to the outside world. Reiju stared at Luffy without saying a word. Weipa led the soldiers to evacuate the crowd. All the members of the Straw Hat Pirates slowly gathered together, and the atmosphere became tense. 64. Take the wicked Reiju. Reiju is ready to go. The task Yake entrusted to Reiju was to give Straw Hat Crew a blow and let them understand that no matter where they go, there are rules. If you don't make a move, then I will make a move first. As soon as Reiju finished speaking, he disappeared in place in an instant. You don't need to use any moves, you can clean up everyone easily, just need a little armament hockey. Kick Luffy away with one punch. A knee to Zoro's belly. Kicking Chopper away. A hand knife slashes Nami's neck. Slap Usopp's nose crooked. All this happened in an instant. Sanji was still standing still, and all his companions fell down. Why? Reiju's strength is simply not something they can fight against, let alone she is a woman, or Sanji's sister, and Sanji's chivalry does not allow him to make a move. Damn it. What did you do to my comrades, Rubber Bazooka? Luffy, who was beaten to the ground, saw that his partner was injured and fainted. Zoro clutched his stomach and felt nauseated, and Chopper rolled his eyes. In an instant, his anger was ignited, and he screamed to knock Reiju away. Demon fruit power. It's really interesting, Tilda. Reiju smiled slightly, tilting his head away from Luffy's hands, right between them. I even escaped. It's not over yet, Rubber Bell. Luffy thrusts his head back desperately for a rocket headbutt. Haha, are you sending your head up to beat me? What an idiot. Reiju was amused by Luffy's operation, took out a palm-sized shock shell and pointed it at Luffy. Puff. Luffy put his forehead on the shock shell with a puzzled face. A small shell blocked his rocket head hammer? Shouldn't it? Advertisement, I will accept your shock, let's try your strength. Boom Tilda. With a crisp sound, the shock shell returned the absorbed shock in full, which almost stunned Luffy. What followed was a one-sided beating, and Luffy was particularly badly beaten. Stop Tilda Reiju, come at me, don't hurt my companion. Sanji shouted angrily, his clenched hands trembling slightly. He never thought that meeting his sister would be like this. Blue Tilda, Captain. Okay, Reiju, it's almost time, bring them to me. Yake's voice came from the phone bug. Reiju's performance was over, and I didn't want to embarrass her. Yes, Captain. Reiju put away the phone bug and walked over to Sanji as if nothing happened. Bring your companions and come with me, the captain wants to see you. Sanji saw that Usopp was pretending to be dead after being slapped. Nami passed out, that idiot Zoro was bruised but nothing serious. The only one who was more miserable was Luffy, and Chopper was checking on Luffy's condition, but the injury it's nothing to Luffy at all. Just a test. Great. Miss Nami, I'll help you Tilda. Sanji happily ran to help Nami up. Zoro, Usopp, Luffy are perfectly ignored. Lustful Kappa Tilda. Hey Tilda, are they good people? Whatever, we are not their opponents anyway. Straw Hat Crew followed Reiju to Shenju, looking around and yelling all the way, as if he had never seen the world. Wow, is this the place where gods live? It's so luxurious. Chopper's eyes were full of stars. Keep quiet, this is the place where the gods live, don't make any noise. Ganfor scolded the noisy Straw Hat Crew. Advertisement, let them in, Gamfor. Yake said lightly that he had been sitting in his seat for a long time, and if it wasn't for Robin serving him tea and water, he would have gotten tired of it. Jacques held his chin, a little casually. Is Usopp that you? Long nose? Usopp, who finally came here, was shocked. It couldn't be because of the ghost priest thing. It's over, if you know it, just pretend to be dead. Being targeted by such a terrifying person, you will die. Usopp wailed inwardly, almost crying from fright. It really looks like Usopp. Usopp, who was trembling with fear, stopped shaking when he heard Yake's words, and asked boldly. Do you know my dad? How is he doing now? Yark smiled and tossed the pistol Usopp had given him to Usopp. Usopp asked me to give it to you. He said it was your coming-of-age gift. He said that he is not a competent father. I hope you can forgive him and live a good life until we meet at sea. Usopp's eye circles became more and more red, and the tears couldn't stop flowing out. Looking at the exquisite pistol in his hand like a rare treasure, he choked up with tears and said, Woo Tilda Dad, I will definitely become a brave sea warrior. Wait for me bar. Usopp. Good friend Nami put his hand on Usopp's shoulder, as if it would give him a little comfort. Usopp's body twitched constantly, but soon calmed down. Tilda, a man can't cry so easily, can he? Luffy. Usopp sucked the snot in, forced back the tears, and looked at Luffy with red eyes. Hey Tilda, that's right, Usopp. You and Usopp will definitely meet, and so will I. Yake covered his face, feeling like he had entered the shooting scene of a third-rate bitter drama, but he was also very pleased to see that Usopp could cheer up so quickly. Apart from him, Usopp is the only one who can have the title of God. Hey, Yake, how did you know Shanks? Luffy said carelessly. In his eyes there was no distinction between superiority and inferiority at all. Seeing that Yake was about the same age as him, he simply called him by his first name. Bold. Ganfor glared. Forget it, Ganfor, you go out. Yake sent Ganfor away. God is just a title, and he and the crew have always called each other by name. Yake didn't care. In Saboti Archipelago, Shanks came to see my dad, and I knew them at that time. Yake said, full of memories. At that time, Shanks hadn't become 4 emperors, but he was already very powerful. I challenged him, but failed. Back then, Shanks came to Saboti to visit Rayleigh, and then went to New World to achieve the title of 4 emperors. In Yake's view, the Red Hair Pirates are also the strongest and most balanced. Beckman and Usopp are not bad. I challenged Shanks half a month ago, and I didn't know your name. My name is Monkey D. Luffy, the man who is going to be One Piece. Luffy looked at the straw hat Shanks gave him and said loudly. 65. Digging a pit for Momonosuke. Ha 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 ha, pirate. King. What a good idea. Yake laughed loudly, and threw the unlimited edition of Kenkiki Family Bucket to Luffy. The name is not very nice, and he can't use it himself, so let's give it to Luffy, a foodie. Shanks says he's waiting for you in New World. This is his original words, but in my opinion, your current strength is far from being able to set foot in New World. Work hard to become stronger. Yake said lightly, Straw Hat Crew's strength is still too weak, but the speed of progress is terrifying. They only need a little time to improve, and they can catch up with most pirates. Before I meet Shanks, I will definitely work hard to become stronger. Hatilda, this is so delicious. Is it really for me? Thank you, you are such a good person. The fried chicken took one bite, and even the bones were crushed. Chewing it into pieces, then swallowing it, it's horrible. Yake received a good person card inexplicably. Perhaps in Luffy's view, the one who feeds him is a good person. Hey, the guy with the green hair over there is called Zoro, right? Are you a swordsman? Yake looked at the ruffian Zoro with interest. That's right, what's wrong? Give this to you. I don't need it anymore. Yak throws to Zoro the black knife that he got from the Dao. Now that the Dao is gone, if they are lucky, they can still find the wreck. Black knife Shu Shui, great quick knife 21 skills, the saber of Dragon Slayer warrior Ryoma. Zoro couldn't put it down and played with Kiyoshi. He didn't expect that Yake, who had always been his imaginary enemy, would give him such a precious gift, and Daoyi have been written, but who would think that there are too many knives. Nice knife. Thank you so much, haha. Yake waved his hand indifferently. The black knife Kiyoshi Yake made by Ryoma was not easy to use at all. It felt very strange, especially after rapping Conquerors. There was always a will to resist, maybe because he was not pure swordsman. Huh? You were the talking Tanuki that day. What civet cat? I'm obviously a reindeer, please have some common sense. Chopper said angrily, shaking his arms excitedly, making him look even cuter. Captain, according to his physical characteristics, he is indeed a reindeer. Robin whispered in Yake's ear, thinking about Kawaii, and he was about to catch up with my family Anna. Advertisement, haha, the captain was just joking, this is for you. Robin handed the endless cotton candy to Chopper. Chopper stared at the cotton candy, drooling all over the place, his favorite food sweet stuff too, especially cotton candy. Ah, thank you very much. Chopper took the marshmallow and couldn't wait to lick it. The pink tongue was so cute. Robin called it kawaii in his heart, and couldn't help touching Chopper's head. You are so cute, Mr. Reindeer. Hole, even if you praise me for being cute, I won't be happy till the hee till the baga. Chopper blushed and twisted his body, looking very happy at first glance, but he refused to admit it. Obviously very happy, Straw Hat Crew collectively complained. By the way, this beautiful lady, what is your name? Robin glanced sideways at Yake when he heard the words, and Yake immediately sat upright, saying that he had absolutely no wrong thoughts. I'm Nami, navigator on this ship. Nami said cheerfully, everyone else has gifts, and she is so cute, so she must have some too, right? Looking at Yake expectantly. As soon as Yake's voice changed, his tone became very cold. Miss Nami, you are a smart person, you should know that there is no kindness without reason in this world, everything has a price. You have taken my gift and must do one thing for me. The deposit is 300 million Baileys, and after the completion is 1 billion Baileys, do you accept it? I accept. What mission? Straw Hat Crew were all frightened by Yake's sudden transformation, only Nami was overwhelmed by Yake's words word by word, getting more and more excited, and his eyes had turned into the shape of Bailey. If you are not in charge, you don't know how much money is expensive. After working with Luffy, you have not been very rich. Finally, some money has become Luffy's food expenses. 300 million Baileys are enough for them to spend for a long time. If you meet someone named Momonosuke, please notify me immediately, or kill him directly. Momonosuke will travel over in 2 years. At this point in time, Momonosuke cannot be found. No matter whether they will notify me or not, I will kill that brat, even in front of them. Momonosuke must die, no matter how important he is. Advertisement. With your strength, do you need our help to find someone? Or is he very strong? No, his strength is not even comparable to a civet cat, but it's hard to find. I can give you 300 million Baileys now, and it depends on whether you accept this task. Of course, we will. Nami nodded again and again, for fear that Yake would go back on his word. The 300 million Baileys given for free, don't want it for nothing. Yake snapped his fingers, and the 300 million Baileys were neatly placed in front of Nami's eyes, and Nami almost fainted happily. Nami, cheer up, I'll treat you right away. Chopper quickly put away the marshmallows, and hurriedly ran to the fainted Nami to check. Wow, Nami's, I'm willing to give you artificial respiration tilde. Sanji twisted his body and squeezed Chopper away, opened his mouth to give Nami artificial respiration, and was punched away. Ha 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 ha, that's interesting, Sanji, there's someone you should probably meet. Say it. Sanji got up, rubbed his face, and lit a cigarette. Yake snapped his fingers, and Judge walked out slowly, looking at Sanji with a complicated expression. Master Yake, I have nothing to say to him. Sanji is Germa's failure. The skin has not turned into an exoskeleton. He has no pride of the royal family. He is easily swayed by emotions, and he will risk his life for the weak. A fragile spirit. The man was a most imperfect failure as a soldier. Sanji remained silent with a dark face, Straw Hat Crew also fell silent, and Reiju remained silent. Hey tilde Sanji. Why does he keep talking about your good points? Luffy looked puzzled. He could sense that the man was saying good things about Sanji, but it sounded like he was saying bad things about Sanji. I don't belong to Germa anymore, Judge. Idiot, Germa is gone, and now there is only God of the Sky, Master Yake, I'm leaving first. Judge left with a look of disdain, and Yake didn't stop him. Okay, from now on, you can either play in the kingdom of God in the sky or leave directly. If you need to leave, you can just take a boat from the end of the cloud. The Yark pit has already been dug by Momonosuke. Straw Hat Crew is useless. They are not very important, at least for now. Please go out, everyone. I hope you have a good time in the kingdom of God in the sky. Robin, watch them, don't let them make trouble. Don't worry, Captain, just leave it to me. 66. Go to Toto Land. After the Straw Hat Crew left, Yake called everyone together. Everyone, I'm going to say something straight. Tomorrow we will collectively go to 4 Emperor's Big Mom's site to attend her tea party. Yake sat on the main seat and opened a bottle of Sky Island special brew. Captain, are you going to start a war? Big Mom is not someone to mess with? Luo frowned and said, if they had a conflict with Big Mom alone, it would be difficult to end well, even if the captain was as strong as the 4 emperors, but the power is still a lot worse after all. No, there are 3 historical texts from my aunt, and I have to get them. No matter what she thinks, as long as she dares to make a move, I dare to make the territory of all nations disappear from this world. Yake denied Luo's guess. He was very there are tricks, but I think too much. Now Ark's high-end combat power is not enough, and it is not the time to start a war with Big Mom, but this day is not far away. Captain, shall we go together? That's great. It's been a long time since we went on an adventure together. I want to prepare a lot of delicious cats, Anna said excitedly. She has been in the Sky Kingdom for more than 2 years. Although every day is happy, how can adventure be fun? Get ready. The Straw Hat Pirates will be left alone, and Hancock will take care of the Sky God Kingdom. By the way, where's Perona? Yake found that there seems to be a missing person. Perona won't be beaten by Usopp, right? Haha, Perona said she was ashamed to see you. She hid in the room and dared not come out. Reiju smiled. Today's incident caused a great blow to Perona. Ha 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 ha, don't care about her, let her be quiet. After hearing what Shanks said, Luffy looked forward to going to the New World even more. There were no enemies in the Sky God Kingdom, so she was ready to leave after some shopping. I didn't expect Yake to be such a good person. This one can never be eaten up. It's great. Luffy's mouth was full of chicken legs, and he felt extremely happy. Although he didn't know the reason, Yake must be a good person to give this to him. Advertisement, me too. I can never finish my cotton candy. Chopper responded excitedly to Luffy. Only the gift of the 2 of them is food, and they can never finish. Hey 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 a lot of money. I'm going to become a rich man. Hey hey hey. Nami has lost her mind by a mere 300 million Baileys, holding the Baileys box all day long. By the way, this is the end of the cloud, right? How are we going to get down? This is a good question, because the Kingdom of the Sky doesn't allow boats to come on board at all, and people can only go to and from the Kingdom of the Sky through the Ladder of Heaven, so if the boat wants to go down, it can only rely on Sky Island's specialty balloon octopus, or Yake himself take it down, but Luffy and the others obviously don't enjoy this kind of treatment, so they can only go down through the balloon. Goodbye, Straw Hat. The melee fell directly down the current, and Melee's eyes popped out. Wappa took out a blowpipe, and with a whistle, a pink Madara Point octopus burst out of the white sea and snatched the Mary. Straw Hat Crew started a new journey. Yake turned into a dragon form and crossed the red line with everyone on the Eternal Truth, so that he could go directly to New World without coating the ship. Okay, Bebo, it's up to you to sail. Yake handed the pointer to the world to Bebo. He is a navigator. Although his level is not very good, Yake is enough to deal with most situations. Leave it to me, Captain. Perona and Anna ran around happily on the deck. They hadn't seen the real sea for a long time. They were as excited as Erha out of the cage. Yake stood at the bow of the boat, surrounded by Reiju and Robin. The 3 stood together enjoying the beautiful scenery of the sea, and the warm sea breeze brushed their faces. Advertisement, Yake, we've been out at sea for a long time flies so fast. Robin said with emotion that she was the first to be with Yake, but she sailed with Yake for less than a year, and stayed together in the station for 2 years. It has been a long time since I felt the salty sea breeze blowing on my body. Haha, I've worked hard for you all this time I'm going to Wangguo, let's treat it as a vacation. Wangguo Toto Land. Mama Garrett, you are the protagonist of this tea party, remember to seduce Yake. I'm waiting to eat your engagement cake. The aunt smiled happily with her mouth open, the plump body trembled uncontrollably. Charlotte Garrett is the 18th daughter of the Charlotte family. Her status in the family is not high, and her strength is not strong. Influenced by Katakuri, she also cares about her family very much, but she is also very afraid of her mother. Although the theme of this tea party is not engagement, the aunt has already arranged it clearly for Yake. Charlotte Garrett is specially arranged for Yake. She has arranged for someone to investigate. Yake likes this kind of mature sister-in-law woman. Among her children, besides Smoothie, there is only Garrett. But Smoothie is a long-legged family, too tall, and Smoothie is one of the 3 stars of desserts, belonging to high-end combat power. The aunt is a bit reluctant, so she finally chose Garrett. As for whether or not Garrett agrees, I'm sorry, no one in Wangguo can refuse your mother's request. Otherwise the only thing waiting for you is death. Yes, Mom, I will definitely complete the task. Garrett's voice was a little trembling, and she didn't dare to look directly into her mother's eyes. For the children of the Charlotte family, they were the aunt's tools. Even if they were her own children, the aunt would still kill them. The will of the mother is the only voice in the world. Every time there are many children who are accidentally injured because of cravings, but still no one dares to resist. Mama, you are such a good boy, prepare well, the tea party will start in a few days, don't be like Lola. Auntie stared at Garrett viciously, her eyes devoured. Understood, Mom, don't worry. Garrett trembled all over and laughed tremblingly. Charlotte Linlin's terrifying laughter echoed in the castle. 67. Encounter Iron-Headed Baby New World, Eternal Truth. By the way, Robin, how did I translate the main text of your history last time? Jacques just remembered this, but Robin never said it, so he forgot. Before the historical text is collected, the information obtained is relatively fragmented. Unless you are lucky, you can piece together a complete piece of information. The last time Drago handed over to Yake the rubbing of the historical text, it looks like 7 or 8 copies. Let yourself complete a task by the way. I have translated everything. The information is fragmented, but the rewards are not small. I pieced together a complete information about Alabasta. Do you want to listen to it? The prison caught Yake's eyes, too white and too dazzling. No, you can't look, you have to control yourself, this is a naked temptation, Yake secretly warned himself, trying to cast his eyes on the sea, until Robin unbuttoned another button. Gudong. Robin, tell me what you have to say, don't engage in sneak attacks. Yake chose to face this powerful will of D times F square root, directly. Stop pretending, I have a showdown, I just want Robin's body. Hee Tilda, I thought how long you could last. You're such a lecherous captain, so I'll just say it straight. This is a story about the Nefertari family, one of the 20 royal families. Robin deduced the history of the Nefertari family by integrating Pluton and some information, but he didn't know why Cobra's ancestors chose to give up the rights of the world's nobles and return to the desert to guard the ancient weapon. In short, the status of the Nefertari family is very special in the world of One Piece. They have their own secret missions, and they also have a certain status in front of celestial dragons. Even if Crocodile's plan is successful, there is a high probability that it will be liquidated by the world government. In other words, from the very beginning, Crocodile's conspiracy is doomed to fail. The Cobra family still has such a secret. What happened in the 100 years of disappearance? Sighed Tilda Robin, it seems that we still have a long way to go. Yake took a deep breath after listening to Robin's story. Tone, Marine must have a deep-seated reason for supporting celestial dragons. It seems that he was right not to rush from the south gate of Marijoy to the north gate, just to take advantage of the rampage of the times and accumulate strength. Advertisement, Master Jack, there's a boat ahead. It looks like the flag belongs to the Ark Pirates. God Yak is at the bow. Shall we retreat? A black-haired minion shouted in panic. A tall, muscular man opened his eyes wide, gushing out like an ancient beast. B***************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************** But the other party is God Yake, who has offered a bounty of 3.6 billion Baileys. Mr. Jack, his bounty is your 3. Relying on the ship. King Jack shouted angrily, and slapped the gangster, who was terrified when he heard someone else's name, and stretched out his thick arms to point in the direction of the eternal truth. Quick! Let Lousy take action. Let Lousy know what kind of bullshit God. Jack pulled out the ivory double blade worth 900 million, and his body like a hill was ready to go. Master Jack, our task is to go to Dressrosa to find Doflamingo for a deal. There is no need to conflict. Shut up. Lousy is the captain of this ship. Jack stared, and his men were so scared that they didn't dare to say any more, otherwise he would end up like the unlucky guy just now. Jack the Drow, one of the 3 major kanbans of beasts pirates, zone fruit, ancient species mammoth fruit, with rough skin and thick flesh, fierce temperament, standing with Kaido will not lose the wind at all, because he is taller than Kaido. Captain, it's bad. Someone is coming towards us. Perona's ghost on the watchtower noticed a ship approaching them quickly. Let me see. F*K tilde Jack is so stupid here. Are you looking for death? Jacques was amused when he saw it. His name is not unknown in New World now. The pirate ship he met on the road, they all walked around, for fear of being noticed by Yake. The only one who dared to approach the eternal truth directly was Tihan Jack, but if Kaido was half as reckless as Jack, Kaido's ashes would be flushed and drunk. Don't be afraid, the bounty is only 1 billion. Reiju, it's up to you to attack. This is a rare touchstone. Yake grinned. Jack's strength is average, but he is resistant to beating. With a sense of picture, Yake expressed his expectation. Advertisement. Without further ado, Fan Oka took out Destiny, and sent 2 quick-fire bullets to Jack, the idiot, one aimed at the center of the eyebrows, the other aimed at the heart. The guns were fatal, and 2 light yellow lightning bolts shot out. Lousy is so painful. What kind of bullet is this? 2 deep pits appeared between Jack's eyebrows and heart, and his skin was torn apart. Jack was shot before he had time to dodge, so he hurried to find cover. He had eaten Usopp before shot. Unfortunately, his body hardness is too exaggerated, and rapid-fire bullets can only break through his defense in front of him. Fan Oka observed Jack's situation through the scope. At least for now, it seems that he has not been killed, but those little minions will suffer. Fan Oka used rapid-fire bullets to harvest the lives of the minions one by one in the distance. It was useless to hide. Although Fan Aoka's knowledge and color perception range was not as good as that of Yake, it was only a few kilometers away, and the wooden hull can't resist the impact of electromagnetic bombs, and it will only increase the pain. Seeing his subordinates fall one by one, either being shot in the heart or between the eyebrows, Jack's heart sank. This is troublesome. He would rather be hard steel than stand still as a target, let alone this. The sniper's bullets were so powerful that they could actually hurt his body. Reiju, go ahead and finish him off. Yake shook his head. It seems that there is no need to fight on board, just let Reiju test the water. Yes, Captain. Reiju flew into the sky eager to try, and came to Jack's boat. Are you trying to attack our ship? You are so brave. Jack. Rayleigh said proudly, there is no need for cumbersome etiquette when dealing with enemies, politeness is only for partners. Damn woman. Lousy will use your head to pay homage to my men, Jack roared furiously, slashing at Rayleigh with a strange weapon, without any rules, but the strength should not be underestimated. With a disdainful smile on the corner of Rayleigh's mouth, his body was like a spirit snake, dodging Jack's attack and quickly approaching Jack. 6 Styles Poison Kiss. It was said to be a poisonous kiss, but in Yake's eyes, it looked a bit like Leo's flying kick. In short, Rayleigh kicked Jack's chest, sinking deeply, leaving a lot of purple venom. 68. Jumping into the sea by the king of ships, Jack covered his chest with one hand, trying to grab Rayleigh with the other. Rayleigh ran away early as soon as he remembered his hand, and used the shaving to get on top of Jack's head. 6 Styles Soccer A Fall. The pitch-black right foot raised high, making a sharp sound of breaking through the air. The heel struck Jack's head, and Jack's iron mask shattered. Tilda, who do you think I am? I'm Jack the Drow. Jack roared loudly, his body began to squirm, and quickly grew in size, becoming a giant mammoth, with his long nose flicking towards Rayleigh. Rayleigh's pupils shrank, and Moonwalk and combat boots exerted force at the same time, causing a sonic boom with a bang, dodging Jack's attack. Zone's fruit ability is really troublesome. Rayleigh shook her head helplessly. She hated fighting Zone's ability users the most. Pink Poison Arrow. Rayleigh had no choice but to use poison to weaken Jack's resilience first, and a large amount of poison stained Jack's body, whistling and emitting purple smoke. Rayleigh's toxin is not a joke. The more Jack is contaminated, the faster the toxin invades, and his combat effectiveness will continue to weaken. Even if he is a zone fruit-capable person with heaven-defying vitality, he can resist for a while. Ah, damn woman, I'm going to tear you into pieces, Tilda? Hee Tilda, I'll talk about it after you win. Soccer A Flower Dance. The battle cannot be resolved in a while. It is only a matter of time before Jack is defeated by Rayleigh. A pure tank like him will only be beaten when he meets a flexible half-meat fighter like Rayleigh with magic penetration. Stack the thickest A, get the worst beating, it was Jack. While being beaten severely, Jack thought, no, we can't fight anymore. The strongest god Yake hasn't even made a move, and he is almost kneeling, so he runs away first, and then shakes people to take revenge. That's it. Enough. Stop Lousy. With a roar, Jack transformed back into a human form, his chest heaving and falling, mainly because of anger. Advertisement, Tilda, what's the matter? Are you going to do your best? Rayleigh looked at Jack solemnly. The bounty of the other party's 1 billion must be groundless, and there must be a killer. HMPH ha Tilda, stinky woman, wait for me, Kaido boss will avenge me. Jack said coolly and wildly, and then jumped into the sea to escape without hesitation. Although he is a person with abilities, he is also a fish. Although the human race can't swim, they can breathe in the water, and the sea can't kill him. Rayleigh tilted his head. He seems to escape? Rayleigh was messed up in the sea breeze, a demon fruit power, jumping into the sea to escape? Is this guy out of his mind? Forget it, Rayleigh, come back, let's continue on our way, don't worry about him. Yake helplessly covered his forehead. Jack's tactic is absolutely perfect, the situation is not right, immediately retreat. Facing this kind of old fritters, Rayleigh is still tender a little bit. Thunder God's punishment. Jacques sensed Jack's position, and added a lightning bath package, which has the scattered current of seawater. There is a high probability that the electricity will not kill him, but it can make him suffer a little bit and have a long memory. Captain, is he dead? Rayleigh asked suspiciously. No, the ability of the ancient species is not that simple, forget it, let's continue on our way. The Eternal Truth set sail again, heading for Toto Land. After Yake and his party were far away, Jack floated up from the sea furtively, his skin was flushed, and it seemed that he had been severely shocked. Pull Lousy up quickly, you idiots! The surviving younger brothers hurriedly called for their companions to help, and finally got Jack out of the sea. This time they suffered heavy losses, but they didn't even touch a hair of each other. The boss was beaten violently by a woman and had to jump into the sea to escape. Hey Tilda boss. I'll have someone do it today. Jack took the phone bug from his subordinates and said in a low voice. Jack. Who did you have a conflict with? Didn't Lousy tell you to get artificial devil fruit? The voice on the other end of the phone was very irritable, and Jack didn't dare to speak loudly. Boss, I ran into God Yake's ship, and I was beaten badly by one of his subordinates, almost wiped out. What? God Yake, that brat has arrived in New World. Why didn't you tell me earlier? Kaido immediately regained his energy when he heard that Yake was the one. His ears are almost callous from watching the news. Advertisement, where did he go? Lousy went to sell accounts with him. It seems to be the direction of Wangguo. I heard that aunt recently had a tea party. Jack, hurry up and get Lousy back. Lousy will go to that old woman's territory immediately. As soon as Kaido hung up the phone, he explained to Jin beside him and left in a hurry. After Jack's episode, Yake and his party finally came to the realm of the world. The climate here is abnormal, and it is not snow, but cream. Anna was already a little crazy. She turned into a dog licking. Her tongue was wagging in the air, trying to eat all the cream into her mouth, but Beppo didn't get there. The cream that fell on the railing was swept away by his tongue, cleaner than a rag. Captain. I'm not dreaming. Tilda, I'm so happy. Anna wants to eat them all. Meow. Ooh. Luo, come and taste it, it's really delicious. Fool. Rayleigh wiped off a little cream on Yake's chest with his fingers, and then held his fingers, as if tasting the taste of cream, and glanced at Yake vaguely, which was very attractive. Tilda, this action seems familiar. Oh Tilda, Reiju helped him like this last time. Ahem, Yake's face straightened, and he will soon be in the ant's territory, so he can relax his vigilance. Yake patted Reiju 3 times without leaving a trace, presumably Reiju should understand what he meant. As the boat sailed, Yake vaguely saw a colorful island of Madara. The air began to be filled with the smell of chocolate, sweet and cloying. This is Chocolate Town. It seems to be the site of Oscar Queen Pudding. Good luck if so, maybe I can meet her and ask her for an autograph or something. Hey Tilda Kaji, I've arrived at that island with lots of chocolates. When will the tea party start? Yake took out his phone and contacted Katakuri. I'm Katakuri. It seems that Lord Yake has come to Chocolate Town on Cocoa Island. Your Excellency can visit the island now. Come over here immediately. The tea party will start soon. Katakuri obviously didn't agree with Yake giving him a nickname. Alright Ka-er, then I'll wait for you to come over. Your Excellency, just call me Katakuri. No problem, Kaji. 69. Chocolate Town. Yake and his party finally arrived at the territory of the world. Fan Oka parked the boat on the edge of the harbor. The harbor was bustling, the blue water reflected the brilliance of the sun, and the sandy beach could be seen when entering the harbor. After a few steps, the chocolate would be delicious. Occupy the town here. Looking around, everything here is made of chocolate of different colors, and the air is full of the aroma of cocoa. Captain, these. Puff puff. Can I eat? Beppo panted heavily, his eyes full of longing. For chocolate, as long as Jacques gave an order, he felt that he could destroy this place for flat ground. Aren't you afraid of gaining weight after eating so much? Bebo? Robin raised his eyebrows, smiling beautifully at the corners of his mouth, and stroked Bebo's shiny fur, which was soft and felt good to the touch. Tilda, can't you eat it? I'm very sorry. When Bebo heard this, he lowered his head sadly and apologized to Robin. His whole body was full of depression. Oh Tilda, I really can't help you. I can only eat a little. Tilda. Robin helplessly covered her forehead. Beppo's appearance made her feel infinite guilt, as if she was a bad woman who wouldn't let the children eat. Sister Robin. I also want to eat chocolate. I also want to buy a fish meow made of chocolate. Anna looked up pitifully. Her big light blue Kazilon eyes are extremely lethal, although Robin has been masturbating Anna for more than 2 years, but I still can't stand Anna acting like a baby. If I don't agree, she will immediately rub against me non-stop. Go. But we're leaving the island soon. Yake walked up to Robin's body and touched Anna's head. She was clearly an 18-year-old legal cat-eared girl, but her personality was still the same as that of a child, but who called her a group pet. Sometimes her status even he is taller than Biak, so he can sleep with Robin if he wants to. Yake drooled enviously. Luo, Fanaoka, do you want to go to this town together? Yake watched a panda, a ghost girl rushing into Chocolate Town, and he also had the urge to visit Guy. If it wasn't for Fanao with Ka's tall body standing in front of him, he almost forgot about him and Luo. No need, Captain, I'll just stay on guard here, and I'll notify you when ants people come. Fanoka said politely, like a real elegant nobleman, although he was usually chattering, but still very calm, reliable. Advertisement, I'll stay here too, I'm not interested in those things. Luo held his head and squinted his eyes, exuding a lazy temperament. Fine. Yake shrugged, hugged Reiju and Robin cheekily, enjoyed the feeling of hugging left and right, and swaggered into the town. Cake Island. Mom, Your Excellency Yake has arrived in Chocolate Town, but he seems to have brought all the members with him. Do you need to arrange someone to monitor their actions? Katakuri stood at the hall, staring at the High Queen coldly. Mama Tilda, no need, Katakuri, only Yake kid is the most important. I have asked Garrett to pick him up, so you don't need to worry about it. Go and see how the other guests are doing. Aunt only has Yake in her eyes, and Yake's crew is nothing more than a group of unknown people in her eyes, except for the woman who can translate the historical text. Yes, mother. Katakuri's tall figure slowly leaves. Yake was wandering around the town with Reiju and Robin in his arms. As soon as the novelty passed, Yake felt a little nauseous. The smell of chocolate was everywhere, and everything was made of chocolate. I'm sick of this stuff. Reiju, Robin, I'm starting to hate chocolate a little bit. Jacques became more and more bored as he went shopping, but the two women perked up and bought one chocolate dress after another. How could it be? How interesting, Captain, even if you don't eat it, it's still good to watch. Robin bought another bracelet made of white chocolate as he spoke. Advertisement, excuse me, are you Your Excellency Yake? A woman in a pink dress and a purple cloak slowly walked towards Yake. Her high-heeled shoes made a clicking sound on the chocolate floor. That's right, are you someone sent by Aunt? Yake said without looking sideways, as if he didn't pay attention to the woman in front of him, exuding the atmosphere of a gentleman, and hugged Reiju and Robin by the way. Robin and Reiju were very satisfied, and they hugged Yake tightly. A woman's self-awareness is very keen, and this woman is looking for Yake at first glance. Your Excellency Yake, I'm honored to be in charge of your reception. Do you want to go directly to Cake Island? Or should I lead you to visit first? Garrett smiled like a flower, looking very generous and decent. No, take me directly to Cake Island. It's not too late to play after the tea party. Yake walked past Garrett with Robin and Reiju in his arms, and Garrett's smiling face froze immediately. Looking at the two women with bumpy figures beside Yake, Garrett's face gradually turned ugly. Damn it, my mother never said before that Yake's two beautiful crew members have such a close relationship with him, so do I still have a chance? These two damned women? Garrett couldn't help but tremble when she thought of her mother's anger after the mission failed. Yake and his team returned to the place where the boat was parked. Reiju was holding Anna in his left hand, Perona in his right hand, followed by Bebo, the doormat, turning his head 3 times a step, extremely reluctant to give up. Okay, every island here is made of food, and there will be all kinds of things to eat later. You are indispensable, really. Yake looked up to the sky and sighed. Why did he accept a group of foodies? Your Excellency, Yake is right. In Wangguo, there are only desserts that you can't think of, and there is no dessert that you can't eat. Cake Island is the center of Wangguo, and there are countless delicacies. You can enjoy it to your heart's content. When you say a word, you have to look at Yake and make eye contact. It's a pity that Yake never looked sideways, as if he was a dull man who didn't understand the style. If he didn't have 2 sisters Garrett in his arms, he would have believed it. Garrett glanced at Reiju and Robin cryptically. He would never have a chance with these 2 women by his side. Forget it, when he got to Cake Island, he would have plenty of ways to distract them. In this way, Garrett, who was full of ghosts, boarded the eternal truth, dutifully guiding the fastest course for Yake and others, and explaining to the 3 little ones from time to time when passing the island. Beppo's saliva drools all over the place. 70. The tea party begins Cake Island. After sailing for a period of time, Yake and others finally came to the center of Toto land in all countries, Cake Island, which is the island where the ant lives. It is not wrong to say that it is the palace. Here is the same as the world in fairy tales, colorful houses made of cakes, flowers and trees of different shapes that can sing. Crowds of all races can be seen everywhere, at a glance, snakehead tribe, long-handed tribe, mermaid. These rare races that are usually rare to see are just ordinary people here. Yake and others got off the boat, and under the leadership of Garrett, they came to Cake Castle in a unique carriage. Along the way, Anna and Perona chattered non-stop, screaming excitedly from time to time, and Yake was paralyzed. Mama, boy Yake, you are finally here, and everyone is waiting for you. When I got out of the car, I saw Aunt Zhao Shan's fat body, surrounded by her children. Good guy, Yake roughly counted at least 30 of them, and the physique of the ant is really amazing. One gave birth to a large pirate group. Yake prefers to call Big Mom a sow fruit-capable person. No. Big Mom can give birth better than a sow. Not to mention the quintuplets, there are even decuplets, my god. Compared with the ant, Yake is a scumbag. The ant started having children at the age of 18, and it doesn't matter how many husbands Yake has, I don't know. Anyway, the husband will be killed by the ant after giving birth. If it weren't for Big Mom's pirate group being suppressed by her alone, as long as she died, several pirate groups would be split in an instant. Fortunately, Big Mom is strong and her reputation is deeply rooted in the hearts of the people. If Big Mom is alive for a day, the pirate group will not be disbanded. Hey Tilda, didn't Yake build a country in paradise? How did he come here? Does even Yake have to attend Ant's tea party? What a face. The brains of the underground world who were invited to the tea party talked a lot. Yake was obviously the most important character besides the ant, and the bounty was 3.6 billion, basically relying on personal strength, so they couldn't help but not pay attention to it. Some people even have the idea of quitting. If the ant and Yake get into a fight, it won't be a fight between gods and mortals will suffer. It seems that I came at the right time. Ant, why did you come to me? Tell me straight. I'm very busy, Yake said casually, although he didn't care what the ant's purpose was, but he still seemed to do it. Robin and Reiju, who were wearing low-cut dresses, held Yake's hand respectively and stood on both sides of Yake. Yake was naturally the third, with beach shorts, a child in tow, and a topless body. The imposing manner of the words reveals a faintly intimidating charm. Advertisement, Mama, don't worry, the banquet is starting. I will tell you of course, everyone is here. I announce that the tea session has officially started. Kakuzu grinned behind her ears, the ant was very happy. As soon as the voice fell, the fireworks were lifted into the sky, beautiful music sounded, and a woman in black robes sang loudly, and the scene suddenly became a sea of joy. Yake took Robin and Reiju to sit near the ant. The guests on the table were all the kings of the underground world. Yake recognized only the news agency President Morgan's, and the queen of the pleasure district who was more impressive. Stussy, I can't remember the other crooked melon split dates Yake. Lin, this is a gift from me. Stussy smiled coquettishly and handed a beautiful box to the ant, and the ant was immediately as happy as a child, the 5,000 jin kind. Stussy started, others also gave presents one after another. Yake was indifferent. Hey, have you prepared a gift? Robin whispered in Yake's ear. She thought Yake would prepare it. Yake, of course. I didn't prepare it. Whoever is a decent person will bring a gift to the tea party. Anyway, Yake didn't bring it, and he doesn't form an alliance with the ant, so it's pointless to please her. When the ant saw Yake sitting like a log, she knew that he didn't bring a gift, and she was not annoyed. She said with a smile on her face. Boy Yake, you are not married yet. I am going to send my daughter Charlotte GLA franchise to you, so that we are one family. The guests present froze, waiting for Yake to speak. It is human nature to eat melons, especially the melons of Yake and High Emperor Ant, who are in the limelight recently. Yake glanced at the ant with disdain and said coldly, if you come to me, if this is the matter, then you can avoid it. I am very specific. Yake said and opened his hands. Robin and Reiju cooperated very much. He threw himself into Yake's arms. Ant. Mama, do you suggest one more? If Garrett doesn't like it, what do you think of Smoochie? I'm not here to discuss marriage, old woman. Yake said unceremoniously that others are afraid of her aunt, but he is not afraid. At worst, it will be a fight to see the truth. Are you really going to reject me, Yake kid? Don't think that you are defiant after fighting Shanks. This is my place. Advertisement. The ant's smile gradually disappeared, and her tone became very cold, inspired by the powerful conqueror's haki, coupled with a ferocious fat face. It was very frightening. Do you want to fight? Come on, if you dare to fight me, you dare to make Wan Guo disappear from New World? Yake didn't give in. Isn't it conquerors, who can't seem to be the whole person? The rich conquerors came out through the body, and the moment it appeared, the air suddenly condensed, and it was a bit cold. Yake exuded a shivering cold aura all over his body, and the expression on his face was like the frost of the 12th lunar month. The weak-willed guests passed out one by one, and Yake remained motionless, staying quietly in his seat and confronting the ant. Brother Katakuri, what should we do? Mom seems to be fighting Yake. Can we help? Garrett's expression tightened suddenly, and she hurriedly sought advice from Katakuri beside her. Don't panic. Mom is not ready to fight Yake. Kaoru's knowledgeable look has foreseen the future. In the next second, the ant's cold and ferocious face turned into an old chrysanthemum with a smile, as if what happened just now had never happened. Mama, that's a pity. If you like my daughter, just tell me. Come. Let's taste long bread and make a 3-layer chiffon cake covered with sea salt and almond milk. Stussy hurriedly beat the snake to ease the awkward atmosphere. Come, let's taste it together. Mr. Longbread's dessert skills are unique in this world. A proud sneer appeared on Yake's handsome face again. He snorted coldly and patted Robin and Reiju's shoulders to signal them not to be nervous. The ant didn't care about Yake and the others, and ate the cake by herself. She ate almost all of the huge cake. No wonder it looked like a fat pig. Stussy picked up the wine glass and walked towards Yake with his slender waist twisted. His face was ruddy, and his voice was sweet. Master Yake, Tilda, I'm toasting you. Your female partner is really beautiful. I don't know if I have a chance to meet you. How about a dance together? Like Reiju, Robin could see that she was definitely a bad woman. Garrett just now was better than her. Yake has no interest in CP's spies, and the old woman knows how old she is. If I remember correctly, you are the chickenhead of Happy Street. How many Baileys at a time? What about overnight? Take away. Stussy's brewing smile froze, stomped his feet, and left in embarrassment. The whole paragraph collapsed. 71. The man who fell from the sky at the tea party. The guests and the host enjoyed themselves. The dark giants in the underground world watched Yake ready to move. Who has the best weapon on the sea? Kingdom of God in the sky. The high-end weapons currently circulating in the sea are basically products of the Sky Kingdom. It is said that the Revolutionary Army has basically been equipped with the automatic weapons of the Sky Kingdom, and the army of the Fallen Kingdom cannot resist at all. The business of the giant Heavenly Yaksha, which sells arms, has been affected. Although the world government has also launched the same weapons, the cost is much higher than that of Yaksha. They do not have all kinds of precision machine tools and equipment made by Yaksha. There is no competitiveness in the market at all. And the source of these weapons is the man in front of him, the god of the Sky God Kingdom. Lord God Yake, in Shah Umid, I want to buy a batch of Alaska 47 automatic weapons from Sky Island to arm my shipping fleet. I don't know what your Lord Yake wants. The Sea King licked his face. The attitude is extremely humble. Yake slowly wiped off the cream around his mouth with a paper towel, and said coldly, Go away. You don't deserve it. If you don't disappear before my eyes, I'll kill you. After hearing this, Umid trembled uncontrollably and clenched his fists, not from fear but from extreme anger. How can he say that he is also the Emperor of the Dark World, the King of the Sea, and he was sneered at when he talked about business in a low voice? He was angry, but he didn't dare to attack, because Yake would really kill him, no matter what his status. Umid tried his best to squeeze out an ugly smile, turned around for a moment, his face darkened, and he remembered the hatred. Captain, don't you even want door-to-door business? Aren't you worrying about the lack of sales of weapons? Reiju asked strangely, wiping off the cream that fell on Yake's chest with a tissue. HMPH do I still need orders? The orders for the Revolutionary Army have already been queued for 2 years, simply because he is too ugly. Yake said disdainfully, selling his weapons whenever he wanted, and if he didn't want to. Don't sell it, it's just so capricious. Yake glanced at where Anna was sitting, and found that they were eating happily, with splashes of butter and dirty bodies. Luckily, Luo and Fanoka were not affected by them. Quietly being a handsome man, Yake felt more at ease. There were still reliable people. Mama, Yake boy, since you don't like my daughter, then forget it. But I heard that Germa seems to have fallen into your hands, and that little girl is Germa's princess, right? Ant interjected during cooking. She was first interested in Yake's people, and secondly, she was interested in Germa's technological power. Germa disappeared in the sea 2 years ago, but she did a good job of investigation. Now with the addition of Reiju beside Yake, it can basically be confirmed that Germa has already been included in Yake's pocket. I didn't expect this kid to have such a vision. Advertisement, that's right, there is no Germa kingdom in this world anymore, only the kingdom of Sky God, so what? I need Germa's life and death soldiers in her. So, Yark boy, let's work together. With that little girl who can read the text of history, becoming One Piece is just around the corner. Mama, Kaido, Shanks, Whitebeard, they will all be defeated by me. Everyone knows about Andy's wolfish ambition. Not only Germa, but Robin is also her goal, and only those who can interpret the historical text can become One Piece. This is the consensus of the sea. Otherwise, she wouldn't have collected the historical texts and kept them under strict supervision. After listening to Ant's words, Yake exuded a shivering breath all over his body, and the sharp cold wind rushed towards his face. Big Mom, do you really think I'm in your pocket? Since I dared to come here, it's because I'm not afraid of you at all. You want war? Then I'll give you war. If you dare to think carefully about my crew, I dare to destroy you. Yake's face was cold, and the words of the ant had touched his reverse scales, and quite exquisite blue dragon patterns suddenly emerged. If you want to hurt his partner, let's fight. No one can reject me twice, Yake boy, don't think that you dared to be so arrogant after a small achievement. When my old lady crossed the sea, you were not born yet. The ant was so angry that even people in the distance could feel her fiery anger, and the atmosphere suddenly dropped to freezing point. Big Mom's eyes were red, and a terrifying aura spewed out. Live or die. The ant instantly launched the soul shock and soul spell. As long as Yake and his party have a fear of the ant, they will be taken away by her. This is ignoring any defense. If you want to block this move, you must be strong enough not to be afraid ant. Robin and Rayleigh held Yake's arm tightly. As long as Yake was around, they were fearless. Yake looked at the ugly face of the ant indifferently, and even felt that the face of the ant should be more lethal when paired with a little ketchup. Big Mom, is this the ability of the soul fruit? It's not bad, it matches your face, but do you want to scare me with this? Ha 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 ha, you are so stupid and hopeless. Ark Pirates, enter. Advertisement, boom. Rumble tilde. Yake's words were interrupted by a loud noise. It seemed that something had fallen from the sky, and it happened to hit between Yake and the ant, causing a burst of smoke and dust. Before that, all the attention was on the ant, and she felt it, but didn't care. Yake. This scene is somewhat familiar. Isn't this the scene when he imitated Kaido's suicide? In addition to myself and Kaido, there are others. Wait, it can't be the comparison with Kaido, right? Mitts. A demon-like figure gradually emerged from the smokescreen, and the aura of appearance that descended from the sky had already overwhelmed everyone present. Yake frowned. The 4 emperors have come, and he can retreat completely. Fortunately, he was prepared, but he still has to make a quick decision. Kaido. What are you doing here? Do you want to die? The ant who was interrupted by Kaido was furious, and started to swear at Kaido. You were very talkative, old woman. Laozi is here to find Yake. I advise you not to meddle in your own business. He hit Laozi's younger brother. I have to ask him for an explanation. Kaido clasped his ears impatiently. He said, not paying attention to ant at all. Beasts. Kaido. He's coming too, it's over, quick. Run away, idiot, this place will soon become a battlefield. The guests present exclaimed and fled in despair. Brother Katakuri, what should we do? Take care of the members of the Ark Pirates, don't let them escape. The battle between the emperors is not something we can participate in. 3 emperors contend for hegemony, Cake Island. Yake, Kaido, Big Mom, stand in a triangle. Yake looked at Luo and signaled a direction. Luo gestured with his hand and disappeared quietly at the tea party. The rest of the Ark stood ready, waiting for Yake's order. Yake took out an airship from the storage bar and placed it on the ground, attracting everyone's attention. Ark Pirates, all aboard the airships, leave this to me ha 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 ha. Originally, I planned to take the Ark Pirates to fight with Big Mom, but I didn't expect Kaido to get in the way. There is no way to do it all at once, so I can only let my crew retreat first. Robin, Rayleigh, protect the others. Yes, Captain. Anna, Perona, Beppo, and Van Oka boarded the airship one by one, and Robin went up last. None of them had the ability to fly, and Rayleigh stood by Yake's side to wait for orders. The airship flew into the sky smoothly, leaving everyone behind. Since the 3 emperors hadn't fought yet, Katakuri and the others didn't dare to act rashly. No one noticed that the Ark Pirates had lost 1 person. Rayleigh, follow up, anyone who dares to stop him will be shot to death. Yes, Captain. Rayleigh took to the sky to protect the airship. Yake kid, this boat is very nice, but don't forget, this is my mother's territory. Katakuri. Attack. Prometheus was floating on the left of the ant, Zeus was on the right, and Napoleon was in her hand. Good guy, Biak is still like a god. Old woman, I told you to mind your own business, Yake is Laozi's prey. Thunder 8 trigrams. Kaido picked up the iron bar and swung towards Big Mom, who had to block with Napoleon. Kaido, you be asterisk. D. Go to hell. Yake seemed to be ignored by them. Yake shook his head helplessly. The size was really too small, there was no deterrent effect. Thunder Susanoo. The blue thunder code covered Yake's back, and the 100-meter-tall thunder giant suddenly appeared on the Cake Island, interrupting Perisparrow's candy wall, allowing the airship to fly away smoothly. A sniper was set up in the air, and the orange ballistics penetrated the battlefield. The war has begun. You 2 idiots go up together, lest I look for them one by one. Wan Lei. Advertisement. Yake pulled out Tensa Zangetsu, and the thunder giant behind him pointed to the sky. The clear day was instantly covered by dark clouds, and the thunder snake surged. Auntie and Kaido looked at each other and decided to deal with Yake, the arrogant little boy first. Thunder 8 trigrams. Elbaf's spear, Widewo. Kaido swung the mace and hit Yake, and it was a savage purple sword aura. Yake didn't panic at all. The conquerors wrapped around the blade, raised his hand and slashed. The air seemed to be cut. That's right, there are still 10 minutes left, and the thunder will devour this place. Immediately. This is my home field. Yake grinned. Tensa Zangetsu collided fiercely with Kaido's mace, and the sword energy of the ant had been cut in half by Yake's blow just now, and disappeared without a trace. Don't be too arrogant, boy. Who do you think Laozi is? I am 100 beasts Kaido, ooh. Yake smiled when he heard the words, and instantly exerted force, pushed the mace away, and slashed Kaido's chest with a knife, leaving an unfathomable wound on Kaido's body immediately. Lousy is dying of pain. Kaido clutched his wound and screamed. Even with his physique, he suffered such a serious injury. The kid's attack easily broke through his defense. Ha 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 ha, what a mess. Kaido, suffer, conquers profound truth dragon fist. Yake punched Kaido's face forcefully, sending his huge body flying nearly 100 meters away. Next, it was Big Mom's turn. Fat lady, it's your turn. Mum tilde Emperor Sword Broken Blade. The battle between the three of them had turned the cake castle into ruins. Morgans hid in the corner and took pictures one by one, very excited, putting life and death aside. Morgans, you're crazy, you're still not leaving. Stussy saw Morgans twisting his big butt and making a strange smile from the corner of his eyes, and felt a chill. He tilde this is big news. I knew that there must be big news wherever Yake is, ha ha ha. Advertisement, then you just wait to die, I don't care about you. Stussy quickly fled the scene. Sister Robin, are we really not going to help the captain? Anna asked worriedly as she watched the captain and the two monsters fight together. Anna, don't worry, the captain's ability is invincible, we just don't let him be distracted. The only one with long-range attack ability is Mr. Fan-Oka. Why isn't Robin worried about Yake? The battle between the two emperors. Don't worry, leave it to me. Fate is on our side, I firmly believe it. Fan-Oka didn't even raise his head, he was going crazy. The weaker children of the Ant were constantly being shot by him. There was no way to threaten Fan-Oka, they were living targets, not to mention that Reiju was still on guard around, exporting the environment an easy group. Boy, I admit your strength, but if you want to defeat me, you are hundreds of years too early. The ant began to make sharp and strange screams, and Yake was disturbed by the noise. Shut up, old woman, fat woman. At this moment, Kaido and Yake united the front, attacking Big Mom's fat body with a stick and a sword respectively, and Big Mom was forced to stop casting spells. F***KU. Kaido, I don't need your help. Yake kicked Kaido in the face, scored twice and knocked Kaido into the air, spitting blood on the ground. At this time, Luo in the distance made a gesture to Yake. Yake nodded and motioned Luo to evacuate. It seemed that he had succeeded. HMPH, now I finally don't have to worry about accidentally injuring friendly troops. From now on, let the world feel the pain. Yake flew into the sky and launched a large-scale field-clearing skill. Although Big Mom and Kaido were fine, Big Mom's children were not so lucky. The strong repulsive force surrounded the ruins of the building and bounced them away from the center of the battlefield. Only the strong to stand on this plowed earth. Is this the trick you used to destroy Sabaodi's land? It's not very good, the ant said disdainfully, except for a larger range and stronger power. There is nothing to brag about, but it is difficult for her to try her best to achieve this effect. Oh la la tilde boy, that's great, do you want to join our beast's pirates? You will be the deputy captain. Kaido has always admired Yake, if Yake can join him, he can rule the world. I haven't used my full strength yet, now, let's start. Thunder Hell Wrath of Thunder God. Yake launched the Thunder Fruit Awakening skill without hesitation, and he was going to turn Cake Island into a place where thunderstorms fell all day long. The thunder as thick as a bucket immediately began to sweep across the entire Cake Island, and the plowed ground soon became potholes and currents flowed everywhere. 73. Battle situation escalation hundreds of thunderbolts fell from the sky, and Cake Island was in danger. Yake, what have you done? The ant shouted in embarrassment. In just 1 minute, she was shocked at least a dozen times, but she was still fine. What a horrible body. With strange strength and steel-like skin, Yake couldn't help but click his tongue as a properly talented player. Even he had undergone continuous training, and his body began to change qualitatively after he got the Phantom Beast fruit. It's nothing, if you didn't die, you might have to change to live on another island, this is already Thunder's paradise tilde ha 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 ha. Yake smiled wildly. Kaido has friendship with the ant, and he must not be able to kill this fat woman yes, but it's not bad to destroy her residence, this is my strong point. Damn it, Kaido, let's kill him together, and you won't have to pay back the favor you owe me, said the ant gnashing her teeth, hating Yake so much. Lin, you. Tilde kid, as long as you join me, I'll keep you, how about it? Kaido said complicatedly that if Yake refused, he could only join hands with Big Mom to eradicate this threat. No tilde the real battle has just begun. Enjoy it, Kaido, Big Mom. The raging thunder surrounded Yake's body, and the huge thunder giant began to shrink, wrapping around Yake, and could attack synchronously with Yake's movements. Yake was ready to move for real. The Kenglong dies. Yake swung his knife down, and two dazzling blue dragons roared and rushed towards Big Mom and Kaido respectively. Yake himself was not idle, and went to beat Big Mom first. Kaido is too fleshy, and there will be no way to tell the winner in a while. Yake's biggest advantage lies in flexibility. Compared with the huge bodies of Big Mom Kaido, only Yake can fight them. They have nothing to do with opponents like Yake who disappear in an instant. Yake still didn't lose the wind against the two sea emperors alone. He once suppressed them to fight, and with the help of thunder, the rhythm gradually grasped in Yake's hands. Enough. Yake kid, I don't want to play the game of cat and mouse anymore, go to hell with me. Big Mom and the three homies merged into one. Prometheus burned above Big Mom's head, Napoleon became a 10-meter-long giant blade, and Zeus was trampled underfoot like a madman. Regardless of the fact that Kaido, the temporary ally, was still fighting with Yake, he slashed horizontally, as if he wanted to kill both of them. The alarm bell rang in Yake's heart, and he left with a flash. The ant slashed Kaido with a knife, blood and flesh splattered, and beat his teammates hard. Ah tilde, old woman, are you crazy? F asterisk K Ruma. Kaido didn't get used to it at all, and hit the ant on the head with a stick, and the two immediately wrestled, exhaling fragrantly. Advertisement Ya Ke Shan Shuo Dao Yuan Fang Hu Ju Kan Dao Dama Chi Zai Kaido Shen Sheng Ju Shi Yi Dun Pang Zhou. Puluo Mi Shu Si Hai Shi Shi Bu Shi Pen Dian Xiao Huo Kao Yi Sha Kaido. Kaido Nu Hu Yi Sheng. Bian Sheng Long Ren Xing Tai. Gong Shou Hu Huan. Chi Zai on the fat body of the ant. The picture is so beautiful that Jacques dare not look at it. These two are crazy. It's true to beat me with them. Yake was extremely speechless, looked up to the sky and sighed, not knowing how to complain about these two freaks with not very good brains. Super Railgun. Yake took out a handful of coins, threw them into the air, and prepared to wash the floor with barrage, otherwise the two would be endless, and I was not in the mood to fight with them. I felt quite ashamed. Fortunately, I was small and my ant's feet bigger than him, shouldn't be able to ride. Coins shot out from the sky, drawing a brilliant ballistic trajectory. The two people who were wrestling couldn't help crying and rolling on the ground. Ah, what kind of ability is this? Damn it, it hurts lousy to death. The smoke and dust cleared, and Big Mom and Kaido were already covered in cuts and bruises. There were more than a dozen bloody pits on their bodies, which looked very miserable, not much. Ah! The ant stood up and screamed. Her fat body actually lost a bit of weight, and the wound on her body was healing quickly. Yake. Damn, there is still this kind of operation? Good thing Shanks won't. The ant walked towards Yake step by step, shaking the ground. You completely d me off, kid, you must die here today. Me? Dying? It's impossible, Yake sneered. If you had this ability, you would have killed Kaido. Yake hasn't been injured much yet. King Kong Dysprosium. Kaido jumped up, waving the iron rod, and a powerful, stick energy, flew towards Yake. Boom! Yake's black left hand bounced off Kaido's stick, his face was as flat as water, and disappeared in place. With one punch, Kaido was embedded in the ground, using both hands and feet. Yake had long seen that Kaido was annoying, so he put it on the spot for a while, so he punched him first to vent his anger. Yake saw that Kaido had been guarding against the scar on his right abdomen, and his heart moved. This is the wound caused by Kazuki Oden, and he can use it. Advertisement. 6 Styles Piledriver. The name Yake thought of on the spur of the moment, don't think wrong. Yake just punched Kaido's head into the soil with one punch after another, making him temporarily unable to resist. Yake held Tensa Zangetsu in both hands, and stabbed at the center of the crossmark like a meteor, using Tensa Zangetsu to stir Kaido's internal organs non-stop, and the blood sprayed on Yake's face like rain. Get out, lousy. Boom, Yake was hit by Kaido. Kaido struggled to get up from the ground, covered the wound on his abdomen, the old wound added a new wound, and Tensa Zangetsu, who was entangled with Conquerors, easily pierced Kaido. Ah tilde damn B asterisk 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 D, I want to kill you. The third generation, Yin Naraku. Kaido jumped high, the black lightning on the mace dissipated, and struck Yake with a shocking stick. Damn it, I can't stand this big stick. Yake quickly ran away when he saw that the situation was not good, and Kaido knocked it out with a stick. The ground of the Cake Island, which was already riddled with holes, was cracked by this blow, and the Cake Island seemed to be gone. Yake, who flew into the air, had lingering fears, but luckily got out of the way in time, otherwise he would at least be seriously injured. Mama tilde don't think that you are the only one who can fly, Yake brat. The ant stepped on Zeus and flew into the sky, raising her hand with a mighty sword aura. It's endless, right? I will too. Ganger's spear, Waiguo, doesn't matter if he has a giant secret skill or not, he works miracles with great strength. Kaido watched the two fly into the sky, feeling aggrieved like a child weighing more than 8,000 pounds, and turned into a green dragon with a roar, and flew into the sky. Mama tilde Kaido, beat this kid down together. No, you're the one who's going down. Jacques seemed to be slashing at the ant, but in fact it was aimed at Zeus. Without Zeus, the ant would not be capable of air combat at all. Zeus. I'm F asterisk 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 G cracked. 74. Xuanlong Hengkong. Without Zeus, Big Mom can no longer move in the air. The fat body lost its support and fell to the ground, creating a deep pit. Yake did not relax his vigilance. A huge dragon head suddenly appeared in front of him. Yake was as small as an ant in front of him. Ha ha ha, there are only 2 of us left, Kaido, you are not the only dragon in this world, ha ha ha. Yake laughed excitedly, and his body began to swell. After a while, a giant dragon very similar to Kaido appeared in the air. In the sky, 2 dragons meet, this is impossible. Kaido's eyes widened as hard as he could, and the dragon's head kept swaying, as if he thought he was dreaming. How could there be such a similar ability in this world? Besides, isn't Yake a thunderfruit capable? Is this reasonable? 2 dragons. Isn't Yake? Damn it, did he eat 2 devil fruits? The ant lying in the deep pit stared at the 2 giant dragons in the sky in disbelief. The fruit of that kid Kaido, it was given to him by myself. Where did the kid Jacques get it? It is common sense that a person can only eat 1 devil fruit. Marine's news blocking effect is very good. Almost everyone thinks that Yake is just a pure Logia fruit capable person. Except for the red hair pirates and Golden Lion who have seen it with their own eyes. The red hair pirates have few people in their mouths are not broken. Propaganda. Another insider, Golden Lion, is dead, and even the informant, Morgans, didn't know that Yake still had this ability. Katakuri-san, are you alright? After Yake cleared the field, Big Mom's children were all bounced to the edge of the island. Katakuri suffered a lot of injuries in order to protect his brothers and sisters, but they were not fatal. Is this the power of God? He has exactly the same ability as Kaido. No, there are still some differences. He has 5 claws, while Kaido only has 4 claws. Katakuri has been paying attention to the situation in the sky. You can spot the difference at a glance. Apart from the number of claws, the colors are not exactly the same. The color of the Yake dragon body is light blue, with lightning shining all over it, like an illusory creature. Kaido is more realistic, ferocious and burly, and it is not a good dragon at first glance. Yake, are you my own son? Otherwise, how could you be so similar? Kaido stared at Yake in disbelief for a long time and finally came to the conclusion that Yake was appointed to have some blood relationship with him, and it was even very likely that he had the wrong child in the first place. Otherwise, why would this stupid son of Yamato be so obsessed with that Deoden? Yake was almost so angry that his brain was congested, and he wanted to spit a mouthful of thick phlegm on Kaido's face. Big brother, have you drunk too much fake wine? Kaido, are you stupid staying on Ghost Island? I'm different from you. Thunderstorm? Yake couldn't help but spit out the fragrance, but he really didn't want to talk to Kaido, and opened his mouth like a thunderbolt version of Bad Wind come out. Let's smear Kaido's face first. Kaido. I am familiar with this, Bad Wind, advertisement. The visual sense is too strong, so Kaido had to launch a counterattack, but the ordinary Bad Wind can't resist Yake's thunderstorm at all, not to mention that Kaido is on the left, so it goes without saying that he loses to Po. Kaido's dragon face looked like he had seen a ghost, his mouth was paralyzed by Yake's electric shock, and there were hundreds of wounds cut by the wind blade. With just one blow, he was judged. How is this possible? Aren't they all the same ability? Ha ha ha, Kaido, I am different from you. Even if I become a dragon, I still have the power of thunder and lightning, Yake said proudly. Now the strongest creature in the sea, land and air has changed hands. Joe. Who is doing Tai Chi? Yake felt a sharp pain in his body. Looking down, it turned out that it was the ant who launched attacks one after another on the ground. The mighty emperor sent out the broken blade as if he didn't want money. Elementalization is ignored, but Big Mom's slashes are all with hockey attached, and they hit Yake firmly. Explosive breath. The berserk flames that stretched for several kilometers erupted, and no matter what it came into contact with, it would directly trigger an explosion. This was the elemental reaction produced by the Rayleigh fire. It's a mess. Cake Island triggered a series of violent explosions as if it was washed by missiles. The ant was completely black and breathed black smoke, and then the pink Madara was carbonized and turned into dust when she touched the dress. Yake petrified in the air, his heart stopped suddenly, and 10,000 grass and mud horses galloped past in his heart. Ant, did you buy your clothes on Pinshishi? Look at the quality of Kaido's clothes. Yake was speechless and choked, only feeling that his eyes were hot, and he was probably dying. It was impossible to fight, and Yake's desire to fight had dropped to freezing point. The scene in front of him is definitely the scariest scene Yake has ever seen in his life, but now that Ant Fan is receiving a soul spell, Yake will kneel today. Shocking the mind, Yake would like to call the ant the strongest. Wow, old woman, I laughed so hard. You are much fatter than before, Tilda. Kaido stared at Big Mom's naked body without any scruples and laughed. He seemed very happy to see Big Mom's miserable state. This sentence contains too much information. Something is wrong. You are very wrong. Yake looked at Kaido with a strange expression, but the ant really didn't dare to look at it. Advertisement. Thunder tornado. Yake made a circular motion like a top and released a thunderstorm. Dozens of thunder tornadoes raged on the Cake Island, and then quickly transformed into a human form. The Lei Yaolong pattern on his body was shining. Death Slash. Yake pulled out Tensa Zangetsu and began to superimpose buffs. All kinds of special effects were dyed hard. Bit effects. Yake directly turned into a special effect warrior. Shua. Yake waved Tensa Zangetsu through Kaido's dragon body like a meteor, and a blood groove nearly 3 meters wide appeared on Kaido's body. Yake had come behind Kaido and slowly retracted the knife. Boom. Tensa Zangetsu closed the scabbard and made a muffled sound. Kaido's dragon blood sprinkled Yake's whole body, dyeing Yake into a bloodman. Tilda. Kaido twisted his body in the air in pain, turned into a human form and fell to the ground, lying next to the naked ant, with a horrible scar on his chest. Worry Tilda. Yake wanted to see what happened to Kaido, but accidentally left Ant. No, I'm going to see a psychiatrist, my heart has been severely damaged. Yake quickly took a deep breath, trying to forget the scene just now, found his ship near the dilapidated Cake Island, and flew towards the eternal truth. Morgans raised his head from the ruins. Although he was covered in bruises, he couldn't stop shaking. This is definitely the biggest news ever. Go away, this is my ship. Yake was a little irritable, and kicked Katakuri, who was in a daze, threw Charlotte's cubs out one by one, and put the boat into the storage box. There is nothing to miss here. Yake turned and left immediately. The airship was found halfway, and the crew was on board. So Yake took the airship and fled the world overnight. 75. I need psychological intervention, the kingdom of God in the sky. Yake took the airship home overnight, but he still had lingering fears. On the surface, he won, but in fact he lost completely and suffered great trauma. Kaido and Big Mom were too cunning, pulled his IQ to the same level as them, and then defeated him with rich experience. At the moment Big Mom exploded his clothes, Yake had lost his will to fight. Pyro explosion breath can't be used anymore, and I don't need it anymore. Yake silently deleted this move from his skill list in his heart. Although it is very powerful, but... No but. Absolute. Yake was in desperate need of comfort, so he went to Nine Snakes Island. At the sight of Hancock, Yak buried his face in a piece of softness. Yake, you don't seem to be right, what happened? Hancock hugged Yake's head and stroked it gently. She felt that Yake's mental state was not very good, so she took Yake back to the bedroom. Yake didn't have that kind of thought. He slept like a baby in Hancock's arms. Hancock looked at Yake gently on his chest, and felt infinite pity in his heart. What kind of blow could make Yake such a man was so badly injured? Jake. No, you definitely don't want to know. Hancock, it's great to see you when I open my eyes. Yake lay on Hancock's strong pectoralis major and slept for a night, feeling extremely full. When he opened his eyes, he saw facial cleanser. What could be more comfortable than this, is it? Yake, if you want, you can do it every day. Hancock smiled like a flower. Her biggest dream is to live this kind of life with Yake every day. For her, Yake is more important than anything else, even her own nation. Ha ha ha, Hancock, when I subvert the world government, I wish I could do this every day. Yake raised the corners of his mouth, with a hearty smile on his handsome face. Advertisement sure enough, only magic can defeat magic, and Hancock's beauty is the best antidote. Yake felt that his waist was no longer sore, his legs were no longer hurting, and he could speak more energetically. Hey, Hancock, let's say we haven't seen each other for a few days. Yake stroked his chin and looked at Hancock's looming delicate body, with a smirk slightly raised on the corner of his lips. IWC, Toto Land. Kaido left after his wounds healed. This time, he failed to join forces with his aunt. He also left a scar. He traveled all the way to his aunt's site and was beaten up. He bled a few caddies, but he couldn't take it off. Yake, his reputation will also be affected. Overall, a blood loss. The aunt's temper became more and more irritable, and the Cake Island was abandoned. Although it was not sunk, it was already uninhabitable. The constant thunderstorms made her upset, so she simply moved to a nearby island, out of sight and out of mind. Mom, the newspaper is here. Katakuri was wrapped like a mummy. Although he didn't directly participate in the battle, he suffered a lot of injuries in order to protect his brothers and sisters. He recovered after a few days of recuperation. Show me. Goddamn Morgans, how dare you write like this? If I see him again, I will pluck his feathers. Big Mom's angry shout pierced through in the castle. The sons and daughters of the Charlotte family were trembling, for fear that their mother would lose her temper and kill someone to vent her anger. The headline of the newspaper reads, "Shocked, the strongest emperor is him?" The report described in detail the battle between Yake and the two sea emperors. It also revealed that Yake was a double-fruit capable person. Exploding clothes, Kaido was stabbed to the core. All kinds of photos confirmed the content of the report one by one. The ant hurt the eyes of countless people, and she can be called the first person to shock people from the air. On Balaro Island, the town has been reduced to ruins. Thief ha 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 tilde I didn't expect him to be able to eat 2 devil fruits. Let's see which of us is more capable. Bind my dear Captain Ace, he is an important person ha ha ha. Blackbeard looked at the newspaper kicking Ace away with one kick. The B*********** D. Burgess took out the sea stone and handcuffed Ace. Captain, our plan can begin tilde. Lafitte twirled the crutch in his hand, with a wicked smile on his face, and his pale makeup looked very strange. Advertisement. Thieves ha 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 tilde let's get started. Our Blackbeard pirates are about to become famous all over the world. The kingdom of God in the sky. Yake slapped himself on the face, put on a painful mask, and finally forgot the horrible picture in Hancock's gentle hometown, and now it appeared in front of his eyes. He has never hated Morgan so much, if after letting him see the Birdman, I must throw him to feed Yermingander. Captain, what's wrong with you? Robin asked suspiciously. The newspapers are full of content about Yake's combat power. Why does the captain seem to be in pain? It's okay, Robin, by the way, has the text of the history that Luo brought back been translated? Yake felt a lot better when he saw Robin's face. When I was in Cake Island, I have been observing that the historical text of the ant is hidden in that place. As long as the scene becomes chaotic, Luo can use the teleportation ability to steal the house, and he has done a good job, successfully rubbing the historical text. Spotted, converge safely. Well, this is the first time I found the historical text of the road sign. As long as you collect all 4, you can become the Pirate King. Robin couldn't help joking. The truth of history is getting closer and closer. Ha ha ha, One Piece? No interest. Yake laughed loudly. It's useless to be the One Piece, it's just a title, he's a god. Ahem, I'm a bit of a second grader, but the historical text must be obtained. By the way, Captain, when we went to Wanguo, something interesting happened. The Straw Hat crew made a big fuss at Eni's lobby, and their total bounty has risen to 587,050 Baileys. Robin flipped through the newspapers of the previous few days, and found that the only pirates who dared to directly confront the world government were Yake. Oh, that's right, let me see. Yaknod took over the newspaper, which recorded Straw Hat crew's deeds in the capital of 7 Waters in Eni's lobby. Unlike the original book, without Robin, Luffy and his gang rushed into the Eni's lobby to save their new companion Frankie. It seems that the gears of fate still brought them together. The next one should be Brook, right? It's a pity that I didn't find Brooke's ghost ship when I went to the sea area of the Devil's Triangle. Fortunately, I didn't meet it, otherwise the beautiful sailor Yake who harassed me every day would be so angry. Jacques suddenly thought of something, dialed Drago, and after the Straw Hat made a big fuss at Eni's lobby, Ace seemed to be caught by Blackbeard. Hey, Drago, I need a piece of information, 76, unexpected news. Some time ago, there was a transaction with Dorag. Yake could share the intelligence system of the Revolutionary Army, so Yake would not forget it and immediately called Dorag. Your Excellency Yake, long time no see. I didn't expect you to fight back and forth with the two emperors of the sea. What information do you need? Dorag first praised the news just reported by Yake. Anyway, flattery doesn't cost money. At the same time, I'm also curious about what information Yake needs. Okay, no need to talk nonsense. Any news about Blackbeard? Yake said impatiently. He got angry when he heard this and signaled Dorag to hurry up. Well, Blackbeard recently had a duel with Whitebeard's second team Captain Ace on Bolaro Island, and captured Ace alive, and then disappeared. That's all we know. Drago thought for a while, then he said slowly that Yake still cared so much about Blackbeard's news. But based on what I know about Blackbeard, he is a man with a strong chest. He will definitely make a big move to capture Ace alive, so Whitebeard will definitely not sit still. Mr. Yake, do you know what's going on? Drago is worthy of being the leader of the Revolutionary Army. He has already guessed almost everything. This incident is the fuse of the Summit War. Jacques does know the inside story, but his news is not shared with the Revolutionary Army. I have no obligation to tell Dorag unless he wants to. Well, I understand. By the way, is there any news about lion fruit? Yake said blankly. He couldn't see his thoughts through the phone bug. It has been a long time since I offered a reward for lion fruit. No one has ever exchanged lion fruit for a reward. There is no news about lion fruit auctions in the world. Marines are the most powerful forces in this world. If they have a way to launch into the sky at will, the kingdom of the sky will not be safe. There is indeed, but I'm not sure. One of our former Revolutionary Army cadres in the Golden City sent us a message. A businessman got lion fruit and was going to sell it to the Golden Emperor at a high price. Tezzolo gave him 3 billion Bailey, and then he died and never got the money. Tezzolo is preparing to auction lion fruit recently, so the news has not been released yet, but since it is the news of the former Revolutionary Army cadres, we don't believe it. Advertisement. Drago paused for a moment. Although he was also envious of lion fruit, he was afraid it was a cover. There were spies in the Revolutionary Army, let alone the news of the former Revolutionary Army cadres? Great, whether it's true or not, I'm going to see it. Yake finally heard the good news, so he went to the Golden City anyway. Yake hung up the phone and immediately decided to go to the Golden City, but this time he can act alone, and there is no need to mobilize the crowd. At the same time, Marineford, the Marine headquarters, also received an unexpected gift. The gift was naturally Ace himself. Although Blackbeard did not show up, he became a member of 7 Warlords of the Sea. With Blackbeard, 7 Warlords of the Sea only had 5 members. Crocodile entered the large submarine prison, Moonlight Moria was killed by Yake 2 years ago, Hancock joined the Ark Pirates, and the only remaining members are Heavenly Yaksha, Big Bear, Jinbei, Hawkeye and the newly joined Blackbeard. In the past 2 years, no powerful pirates have been active except Yake, but he is the sworn enemy of the world government. One Piece. The blood of Gold D. Roger. Put him in the undersea prison first. This is a good opportunity to fight the arrogance of the pirates. 5 elders looked at each other after receiving a call from Sengoku. It is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and it depends on how Marine operates. Snapped. Sengoku hung up the phone. Full of preoccupations, he felt more and more powerless, and had the idea of resigning naked many times, but the sense of responsibility in his heart still kept him in this position. The expansion of power increases the responsibility, and as his status rises, the sense of responsibility gradually increases. The higher the rise, the greater the responsibility. During his tenure as the Marine Marshal, One Piece and his evil blood were arrested one after another. Maybe this is the arrangement of God. Garp hid at the door and sighed. He didn't expect to come to this point in the end, and his grandson would still suffer such a fate. Ace, it would be great if you were a Marine. He is a Marine and a Marine hero, but at the same time, he is also a grandpa. My colleagues, I am going to put Portgas D. Ace in Marineford for public execution. He is the son of Whitebeard. Whitebeard will definitely come to the rescue. A fierce battle is waiting for us, but this time we must win. The strength of the pirates is getting stronger and stronger. The stronger it is, the more God Ark is born out of the sky. We must not only guard against Whitebeard's counterattack, but also beware of enemies from the sky. Advertisement. Sengoku convened a meeting of Marines' core strength. Sengoku had never been more serious than now, and Garp sat in his seat and listened to Sengoku's plan. After the meeting, Marines all over the world received summons from the headquarters, and Marines prepared to gather the most powerful forces to fight against the Whitebeard pirates and the Ark pirates that may be coming. Sengoku is also planning to announce the news of the public execution of Fire Fist Ace in these 2 days, so that the eyes of the world will focus on this. Let this incident be the end of his Marine career. Sengoku has not informed the Marine generals of the world that Ace is the blood of the One Piece for the time being, so as not to cause bad influence. All the Marines just think that this time is only a decisive battle with the Whitebeard pirates, and they have already guarded against the threat of the Ark pirates. Toshigi, we're going back to Marine HQ. It's amazing that Smoker can still talk with 3 cigars in his mouth. Toshigi, the most extreme stupid woman in the world, trotted and came to Smoker out of breath. What's the matter, Chief Smoker? Why are you going to Marine headquarters? Have you been demoted? Shut up, this is an order from Marine headquarters, see for yourself. Smoker was about to be defeated by Dashigi, so he handed the telegram from Marine headquarters to Dashigi helplessly. Firefist Ace, it's the one in Alabasta. New World, a luxury ship, Yulin Tezzolo sails on the sea. The most luxurious and largest entertainment city in the world. Here is gold everywhere, and the streets are full of beauties. Everything here is the property of Gilder Tetzolo. Good guy, what a nice place. My eyes are almost blind. Yake came to this luxurious city alone, and the air was full of depravity. 77. Journey to the Golden City 1. Yulin Tezzolo, night. King Yake sat on the top of a group of miscellaneous fish pirates and came to a golden sea. Gilder Tetzolo, the most famous showman in the world and owner of the Golden City, performed on the golden stage in the middle. Pirates rushed over from all directions, vying to enter this magnificent city, and even two pirate groups fought. The Golden Sea is surrounded by enthusiastic spectators. Master Tezzolo, the god Yake who offered a bounty of 3.6 billion Baileys is sitting on the Ganges pirate's boat, look. Security Captain Tanaka discovered Yake through the monitoring network throughout the Golden City. He immediately reported to Tezzolo, who was performing, that Yake was the most important guest since the Golden City was built. Celestial dragons are also considered noble, but as long as they are allowed to eat and have fun, then everything will be fine. But a powerful pirate like Yake can directly destroy the city if he gets angry, and Tanaka is a little awkward to speak. God Yake, how did he come here? Didn't he just finish fighting the 4 emperors? Damn it. Escort the celestial dragons who are playing away, and let Bacala receive Yake in person. You must not provoke him. Tetzolo immediately thought of the celestial dragons on the ship. If the celestial dragons were killed by Yake in his own territory, the country he had worked so hard to win would be gone, even if he paid the most gold in the sky. Tezzolo looked at Yake from a distance with a complicated expression. Once upon a time, he also hated the rich and nobles very much, but since he got the golden fruit, the ability of banknotes that he once hated has become a power he is proud of. The victim eventually turned into a dragon. After adjusting his mentality, Tezzolo took the microphone and said loudly, "Welcome the 5th Emperor of the Sea God Yake to visit Yulin Tezzolo. As the host, I am deeply honored. Let's all cheer for the arrival of God." The spotlight hits the top of the Ganges pirate ship, and Yake, who is lying on the top of the boat with his legs crossed, looks dazed. I wipe it, and this is discovered. You really have you, boy. What? 5 Emperor Yake is actually on our ship. Why didn't you find out? A bearded pirate shouted at the black and white Madara kobold next to him. Advertisement, he. Lord Yake, come down and sit down. Why don't you say anything when you are on our boat? Come on, come and taste our delicious aloe vera juice. I guarantee you will be satisfied. The bearded beard flattered the invitation. Yark came down to his captain's throne, holding a glass with what looked like a gooey lump of snot. Forget it, I don't have an appetite. Seeing that he was so embarrassing, Yake felt embarrassed to do it, and declined his kindness, mainly because he didn't know what was mixed with this thing. To cry, Yake really didn't dare to drink. You're welcome, Mr. Yake, make sure it's clean and hygienic, the bearded man vowed, holding the glass and pushing it to Yake's mouth. Crack. Get out Tilda. Yake slapped him flying, and the aloe vera juice also fell on the ground, which was somewhat smelly. Tilda. The crew of the Ganges pirates did not dare to move, and looked at Yake tremblingly, for fear of killing them all when they got angry. Fortunately, after Jacques took their boat to the shore and left on his own, they were relieved and found that their backs were already wet with sweat. Allah Tilda Lord Yake, on behalf of everyone on board, I welcome you. This is the first time we meet. I am Bacala. I am your exclusive receptionist. If you need anything, you can tell me as much as you want. Bacala twisted her slender waist and said. Yake came and took Yake's arm, not as warm as a reception. Yake immediately felt his arm sink into deep softness, because Yake had never been bare-chested and the feeling was still very strong, so he couldn't help grinning. The service needle didn't poke. Master Yake, look, whether it's Marine, the government, or pirates, we have a list here, and you and your crew are our most honored VVIP guests. Oh Tilda, come on, please sit down. This is the turtle car, our primary mode of movement here. Yake turned his eyes and saw a luxurious coupe parked in front of the two of them. Inside the car were green turtles wearing windshield goggles, holding levers in their hands, and screaming kamakame. There is also an officer like Tortoise commanding on it, walking around, full of air. Advertisement, hey Tilda, it's really interesting. Yake, the turtle-powered car, has actually seen it with his own eyes. Although he has seen a movie before, it has been too long, and his impression has become a little blurred. This is equipped with 8 rare muscle turtles. Lord Yake, please get in the car. Bacala opened the door and invited Yake to get in the car. Is this the car to kindergarten? Is it going fast? Ahaha Tilda Mr. Yake, you are so interesting. This is the Phantom of Turtles in the tortoise car. The speed is quite fast. Please sit still. Bacala smiled awkwardly. She didn't understand what Yake said. However, with her strong professionalism, she still came back. That's right, although it's not as good as my exclusive cloud chair, it's quite soft. Tilda, this drink is good. Let's go. Yake sat in the soft back seat and took a sip of the blue drink happily. To be honest, this place is really good, and it's not a problem to go whoring for free with Yake's strength. It depends on whether Tezzolo can get on the road. As long as he obediently hand over the lion fruit, everyone will be fine. If he doesn't cooperate, sorry, this place is about to change ownership. Along the way, passing through the bustling commercial district and the streets paved with gold, there is no wave in Yake's heart. Gold is not attractive to Yake. The more prosperous the place, the more heavy the squeeze. The huge golden city, hidden in the darkness, is also suffocating. But none of this has anything to do with Yake. Without strength, he is destined to be squeezed. Even if Yake became the savior once and rescued them, they would only continue to be squeezed in another place, or squeezed weaker people. Unless they immigrated to the god of Sky Kingdom, at least they could live happily. What I just passed was the commercial area, but that's just an ordinary area. Next, we're going to the high-end area, Mr. Yake. Bakula introduced the city to Yake while driving. As a female driver, her driving skills are superb. Yes, but it seems that there are not many cars in One Piece world. The vehicles move quickly, the closer to the central area, the busier the street, and the gold content increases significantly. After Yake sees the giant golden tower standing in the center, the playground will arrive. Master Yake, the playground has arrived. Do you think you need to change your clothes? Bakula turned to look at Yake, who was wearing beach pants and slippers. 78. Journey to the Golden City too. No, I'm used to wearing this. Yake said lightly, she knows a thing, and slippers are the symbol of the strong in the pirate world. That's it, Mr. Yake, just get used to it. The playground has arrived. We will give you 100 million Bailey chips as a gift. You can have fun in the playground. If you don't have enough, come to me anytime. Baba Kara had a professional smile on her face. The strong are always mavericks. If you don't want to change your clothes, don't change them. In short, just serve Yake well, and your task will be considered as a successful completion. Is there such a good thing? Then I will be disrespectful. Yake took the big box handed over by Bakula, which was full of large chips. Although Yake was not short of money, prostitution is king. Okay, then I'll go play by myself. Yake threw the box in the air to play and didn't care about the money. A group of children rushed across the street, not as high as Yake's knees, holding flowers in their hands. Buy a flower, please. You are a VIP guest. Please, please. A group of children surrounded Yake noisily, wanting Yake to buy flowers. Yake's leg hair was almost torn off by them. Bakala's face darkened, and she took off her sunglasses. Is this the place you hairy kids should come to? This is our most honored guest, go home quickly. Yake raised his hand to stop Bakula, opened the box, grabbed a handful of chips and threw them into the sky. I came out to work before the full moon. It's so inspiring. Let me reward you. Yake closed the box and didn't have time to pay attention to these little kids. Shiren walked into the scene of the turtle car competition. A real man should drive a big car. Master Tezzolo, Your Excellency Yake has entered the scene of the tortoise car competition, and seems to be preparing to participate in the competition, and there is no other action for the time being. Tanaka emerged from the floor. Advertisement, really? Continue to pay attention to Yake's actions, and report to me immediately if there is any abnormality. How is the situation of celestial dragons? Tetzolo shook the yellow liquid in the wine glass. Celestial dragons heard that Lord Yake came here, and immediately evacuated the Golden City under the protection of world government agents. Now there are no celestial dragons in the city. Ha 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 ha, the celestial dragons were scared out of their wits by Yake's name. I'm afraid that before Yake killed the celestial dragons, they didn't expect that anyone would dare to kill them, the so-called creators of the world. It's ironic. Tezzolo almost burst into tears from laughing, and the imprint behind him seemed to be aching too. Where's the blind swordsman? Haven't you left yet? Tezzolo's laughter stopped abruptly. This middle-aged man named Yishao has been giving them headaches, and his strength is still strong. Fortunately, he only likes to play dice and doesn't cause much trouble. I'm still betting on dice in the casino. He has been betting for 5 days in a row, and he has already 30 million won Bailey chips from us, and now there are a large number of gamblers following the bet, and we have suffered heavy losses. Our people. Not his opponent. Tanaka said in a cold sweat, as the saying goes, a companion is like a tiger, even if he becomes the security captain, as long as the task is not completed, someone can replace him at any time. Forget it, now the main thing is to serve that god well, and let those blind bastards be honest. Tezzolo didn't care, he owned 20% of the world's Bailey, and at worst it would be taken from others. Scratch a little more, little money. Yake is at the scene of the tortoise car competition. He spent 1 million Bailey's chips to participate in the game and rented a tortoise car. Feeling the touch of the steering wheel, Yake had the feeling of returning to Blue Star for the first time. The atmosphere in the venue was very lively, and he didn't know any of the opponents he was competing with, except for the old boy with a beard, who was giving him winks. Hey, Master Yake, are you here to participate in the competition? I won't let you. I drank 3 glasses of special Ganges water, and now I have infinite power. You are doomed, Yake shouted. I don't want you to let me go, each according to his own ability. Yake is fearless, and fair competition is interesting. Hello. Hello everyone, the turtle car contest without rules is about to start, the bloody turtle shell contest. Woo! There are 5 cars participating in the competition, which can be modified and hinder others. In short, the first one to return to the starting point is the champion. The entry fee will be refunded 10 times. A sexy bunny girl is holding 2 flaming flags and waving them downwards. Ready till to go. Yake started directly with a burnt tire, instantly leading the others by 1 parking space. That's so plausible. Let me show you what Chu Mingshan is called. Yake stepped on the accelerator to the bottom, and the door of the car was welded dead. No one can get off the car until he wins the championship. No one? Forget it. Advertisement. The tortoise frantically pushed the lever, and Yake took the lead, but the good times didn't last long, and he was quickly overtaken by the modified car. Hey, although you are the 5 emperors, I'm not afraid of you when you're on the field. Go to hell. A savage man shouted arrogantly, and rammed a modified car with ferocious spikes towards Yake. Fight with me. Lei Yi Jin. Yake freed one hand to release the electric current, melting his spikes into molten iron. The modified car was fixed on the track and could not move, and the man flew out directly. Strong counterattack. The power of God is irresistible. Your Excellency Yake directly killed the villain Tyson Plath and maintained his leading position. Cheer for Lord Yake. The passionate voice of the host echoing in the venue, everyone cheered for Yake. Come on, Master Yake, you are the strongest, God, God, God. We're coming to the corner soon. This is a good opportunity to overtake. I wonder if Master Yake can maintain his advantage? Let's wait and see. Wow. Look. The combination of Benz and Shashu in the second parking space actually used the drainage channel to turn and successfully overtake. Is there still such an operation? Yake turns around and sends out a slight electric current to stimulate the muscles, and a moderate amount of lightning can stimulate the cells, speeding up Yake's 86. Ha ha ha, Mr. Yake, don't forget that I'm still here, eat my leather sticks. The bearded man picked up 2 leather sticks and threw them at Yake, who quickly turned the steering wheel wildly. Boom. It will explode, this old boy has gone crazy. Ha 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 ha, have you escaped? It doesn't matter, there are more. The old boy stood here very arrogantly, picked up the leather stick and threw it vigorously. Shenluo Tianzheng. Yake couldn't bear it anymore, released the repulsive force and bounced the old boy and the vehicle together. The world finally calmed down. 79. Journey to the Golden City 3. Yake has eliminated 2 vehicles. The other contestants didn't dare to think carefully, they just played honestly, and if they find trouble, they are looking for death. But Yake can't move, the others are free, the 3 cars kill each other, and finally the combination of Benz and Shashu will compete with Yake. Entering the final sprint stage, who will win the championship, Ben Kai and Shashu, or God? The passionate voice of the host ignited the entire venue, and everyone stood up and cheered loudly, waiting for the birth of the champion. Hey, I won't lose to you. Even a god. The modified car under the tree began to release nitrogen, and instantly overtook Yake, leaving Yake behind. Yake increased the current, the muscle turtle twitched wildly, and the speed of the car became faster and faster. Yake's A86 and Shashu's Benz go hand in hand, and Yake's adrenaline rushes. The champion is born. Congratulations to Ben Kai and Shashu for defeating Lord Yake by 0.02 seconds and winning a prize of 10 million Baileys. Yake was silent, didn't expect that no matter how fast the A86 could catch up with the Benz sitting under the tree. Yake lost his heart. It's really enjoyable, congratulations. Yake congratulated the couple from the bottom of his heart. Although he calls himself a god, he is essentially a human being with normal emotions. If he loses, he loses. It's just a small amount of money. Master Yake is really generous. Besides the bloody turtle shell competition, we have a lot of entertainment here. How about I take you to see it? Bacala walked towards Yake. Yake didn't speak, and motioned Bacala to lead the way. Baccarat twisted her plump figure in front, explaining to Yake all kinds of fun in the entertainment city. Most of the people here had red eyes and panted heavily. Some people are ecstatic, some people lose their minds. Without exception, they are all swallowed up by desire and lost themselves. Master Yake, what do you want to play? Baccarat smiled like a flower. Advertisement. Yake pointed in one direction, and a middle-aged man in a purple robe waited nervously for the answer to be revealed, muttering words in his mouth. Just play with this and guess the size. Yake found a familiar person, and it is not surprising to see Yake here. Fujitora is addicted to gambling when he smiles, and the Golden City is the most beautiful place in the world to play. Fujitora is wrong, he has not yet served as Marine Admiral at this time, there was no title of Fujitora, and the original name was Yishao. Bacala looked in the direction Yake was pointing it, and felt a little bit in her heart, thinking something was wrong. Why did she choose this bad gambler? Although he is a blind man, he hasn't lost much. Unless he makes a move himself, Yake will definitely not be able to win against that old guy. Mr. Yake, there are still a lot of vacancies here, why do you have to squeeze over there? Hey Tilda, Bacala tried to ask Yake to change places, but Yake had already walked to the place where he smiled. Bacala had no choice but to wink at the security guard and catch up with Yake. Old man, how about letting me gamble with you? Yake sat on an empty seat, with a smile on the corner of his mouth. Yake waved his hand a few times, and Bacala understood what Yake meant. A group of security teammates dispatched and invited all the idlers aside, leaving only 2 guests, Yake and Yishao, on the gaming table. I didn't expect to meet such a person here, old man, Yishao. I don't know what you want to bet on. Although Yishao is blind, his knowledge is extremely powerful, and he can even perceive meteorites in space, and use the ability of gravity fruit pulling it down to attack the enemy is also one of the highest combat powers of the Marine headquarters in the future, titled Fujitora. How about betting on big or small? I'll choose big. Yake snapped his fingers, signaling the croupier to roll the dice quickly. It seems that the old man can only choose the young one. The croupier shook the dice clock, and the dice rattled. Snapped. The result was announced. 332, small. Yake lost. Ha 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 ha, it seems that the old man won, today is really lucky. Yishao was very happy, smiling like a child of 500 caddies. Advertisement. Goddess of Luck didn't pay attention to me. Mr. Smile, what do you think of this world? Yake didn't care about winning or losing. Lion fruit was also left behind, and such a powerful wild combat power appeared in front of him. It is a crime not to try to solicit. In this world there are so many dirty and vulgar people that people can't bear to look at. It's a blessing not to see things. Yi Xiao said without hesitation. He has justice in his heart and has his own ideas, otherwise he would not choose to join in the future. Marine, although you can no longer see the evils in this world, you have to feel this world with your heart. It is a more tragic world than seeing with your eyes. In my opinion, the source of evil in this world is the celestial dragons. Only by cutting off the source of evil can the world be corrected. I see that Mr. Yi Xiao is also a man of justice. Why don't you join me in questioning the world, subverting the world, changing the world? Yake said sincerely that a strong person like Yi Xiao will join Yake willingly only if he understands it with emotion and reason, and has the same concept. Your Excellency's words make the old man unable to refute, but the changes in the world will inevitably cause turmoil. What about those innocent people? A smile was a little moved, but he was not completely convinced by Yake. Hee, Mr. Yi Xiao, you are so naive. Do you know how many innocent people die every year because of the gold in the sky? You can't figure it out at all. As long as celestial dragons exist in this world, the so-called innocent people will only be in vain die. Yi Xiao fell into a deep silence and didn't speak for a long time. Haha, forget it, let's do this, Mr. Yi Xiao, let us use the dice to decide whether it is the right choice to follow me. How about it? I still choose the big one. Yake chose to let fate decide. If he loses now, he can leave without looking back, but if he wins, with a smiling personality, he will definitely not regret it. Ah Tilda, just follow what you want. I choose to be small. Yi Xiao sighed and sat upright. This was the biggest bet he had ever made. Bacala took off her gloves and was about to transfer the illusory luck to Yake. Yake turned and stared at her, expressing her refusal. If she cheated, what's the point? Mr. Yi Xiao, it seems that you are mentally prepared. Come on. Yake snapped his fingers again. The croupier was in a cold sweat. There was something wrong with the appointment of these two people, but they still had to shake the dice clock dutifully. Clatter clatter tilde. Yake folded his hands with a calm expression. 80. Journey to the Golden City 4. Snapped. The dice clock was turned upside down on the table, and it was slowly uncovered. 3, 5, 3, 11 o'clock. Big, the croupier said slowly. Ha 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 ha. It seems that fate is on my side, Mr. Smile, I won. Jacques laughed at the beginning. He didn't use any means, just like an ordinary guest, waiting for the result to be announced. Yi Xiao also didn't use any means, it was all up to God. The old man lost. Yi Xiao accepted the result calmly. According to the agreement, old man, Mr. Yi Xiao, let me interrupt you. You can follow me for a while to understand the truth of the world. If you still think that our ideas are at odds, you can leave. I won't force you to stay. Mr. Yi Xiao agrees. How about it? Yake didn't intend to let Yi Xiao join him through a gamble. As long as he understands the truth of the world, Yi Xiao will definitely join him, Yake firmly believes. That's fine, then please take care of me, a blind old man, for the rest of the time. Yi Xiao stood up and bowed to Yake, who was much taller than Yake, at least half a meter taller than Yake. Kedu looked up and smiled. Mr. Yi Xiao doesn't need it, I'm going to Yake. Yake also stood up and showed respect to Yi Xiao. Whether it is character, combat power, or strategy, Yi Xiao is enough to be Yake's deputy captain. It really is you, God Yake. No wonder you were so dazzling in the old man's perception. It seems that I followed an incredible person. Smiled and sighed. The eyes can't see, but the color of knowledge can indeed be perceived, before vaguely guessing that it was the 5th emperor who was in the limelight recently, but Yake couldn't help being shocked when he said it himself. Ha ha ha, Mr. Yi Xiao praised me a lot. I still have important things to do in the Golden City. Do you want to go together? Forget it, Lord Yake, the old man is here to wait for the good news. After thinking for a while with a smile, he still refused. He felt that with Yake's strength, he would not encounter any difficulties, so he, an old blind man, should not cause trouble. Advertisement. Okay, Mr. Yi Xiao, then I will come to you again later, Bacala, and all the expenses of Mr. Yi Xiao will be counted on my head. Yake turned to tell Baccara, looking very arrogant, but it is true, Yake K never bothered about money. Yake temporarily said goodbye with a smile. It was a worthwhile trip to meet Yake. He picked up an admiral-level combat power for nothing, and he still cut off from Marine. It's not too comfortable. Baccara, is your ability lucky? Following Bacala into the VIP elevator, Yake suddenly asked. The ability of the lucky fruit has been out of the scope of quantum mechanics, and it can be called the king of metaphysics. What will happen to an invincible lucky person? Without exception, all good things happen to him. If Yake wants to quickly get rid of this woman, he can only use the indiscriminate conqueror's shock to stun her. Usopp will not talk about it. Tianke has these fancy abilities. It's amazing, Master Yake. You can see it right away. That's right. By touching others, I can absorb or pass luck to others. Baccara had a bad premonition in her heart. Those people who were ruined by Tezzolo because you sucked their luck away, right? Yake looked at Bacala with a half smile. Ah till die. I just follow Lord Tezzolo's orders. Baccara broke out in cold sweat, frantically trying to figure out Yake's intentions, and finally chose to tell the truth. Pale lies will only make Yake feel ashamed. He played it like a fool. It's okay, don't be nervous, I'm just asking, does Miss Bacala have any thoughts of changing jobs? Uh, Not for the time being, we have arrived at Master Yake, and the boss is already waiting for you. Bakula looked embarrassed. Her ability is the most suitable for this place, and she enjoys this kind of playing with others feeling between. The elevator stopped, and a luxurious golden door appeared in front of him, inlaid with various gorgeous gemstones. A big head came through the door. Dear guest, please hold my hand. Tanaka's ability is to pass through fruits, freely shuttle between inorganic objects, and lead people through walls. His other duty is to lead people into the VIP room. No, I can go by myself. Yake shook his head and refused. He didn't want to touch the hand of a wretched man. Thunder fruit can move quickly in the electrical conductor and air in the form and speed of lightning, and gold is an excellent electrical conductor. Advertisement. Yake turned on the elementalization and went directly through the Golden Gate to the VIP exclusive playground. No matter, there are senior officials of the world government, pirates and marines can coexist peacefully here. This is a special neutral zone recognized by the world government. Marines are only tourists here and do not have the power to arrest them. In Yake's view, they're just talking. Rules are made by people with big fists, and of course they can be broken. Take me to see Tezulo. I have something to do with him. Yake glanced at the tourists here, but he didn't find anything that caught his eye, so let's go directly to Tezulo. Aren't you going to play? Master Yake, forget it. Please come with me. Bakura opened her mouth exaggeratedly, showing a look of surprise. Welcome to Gulen Tezulo, Your Excellency Yake, are you having fun? Tezulo opened his hands and walked down the high steps step by step, his high-end leather shoes making a rattling sound as he stepped on the steps. It's okay, it's a good vacation spot, Yake said indifferently. He naturally didn't like Tezulo. This person is too hypocritical, and his original intention has deteriorated. That's really great. Your Excellency's arrival has made our place flourish. I don't know what you can do with Your Excellency Yake. Tezulo is worthy of being a well-known actor, and he acted as if he was real. In fact, he really wanted Yake not to come. The thunder snake surged on Yake's body, a few drops of golden liquid slipped from his fingertips, Tezulo's pupils shrank, and his body tensed up. When Yake came in, he had a lot of gold powder on his body, and Tezulo could control Yake through the gold powder. The reason why Yake didn't directly use armament hockey to resist the erosion of the gold powder was to relax his vigilance and make him think that Yake K is still in his grasp. Showing one hand now is to give him a blow. Good ability, but not enough. Let me be blunt. I got the news. The lion fruit is in your hands, and I need it. Do you understand? The elegant voice came slowly, and Yake, who was naked and surrounded by dragon patterns, embraced his hands, and looked up at Tezulo in the high place coldly.